You need a new floor, what you gonna do? Make those motherfuckers come to you!
What? I don't know if that's too aggressive, I think.
That was aggressive, yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Should I cut that out?
Justin from At Home Floor Store wants you screaming, let those motherfuckers come
is that
to
who
you.
we're talking about?
Yeah.
No, I was talking about our wives.
Okay. Yeah. No. This is the At Home Floor Store commercial.
I would never talk to them.
No,
My God. So much more respect.
You did your entire house
did.
With At Home Floor Store.
I used, and I believe it's Shaw Luxury vinyl planking. It's phenomenal. It holds up to the 2-year test of a 3 and a 4-year-old. Well, she was 3, now she's 4.
Yep.
And anything that you can drop, anything that you can throw.
Water resistant.
It is.
It looks fabulous, dude. Like your entire house was changed.
It's perfection. I mean, it's the best thing that we've ever done to our home. And Justin and the entire team that he has made it so easy because, truthfully, we didn't have to go anywhere. He brought the samples to us. We were able to use them within our home, which really makes a difference. It's a lot more comfortable when you're shopping from your own couch.
Well, here's the thing. It's basic business strategy. They have less overhead, so their prices are lower. They don't have a brick and mortar business that they have to pay for. They don't. So they
upcharge have a
the
store
price.
when you can have a van.
Yeah.
Way better.
Multiple vans. They'll come to you. They'll bring all the samples to you. They'll leave the samples if you want to. Like sometimes you want to put them on your floor, walk by them all. For the week.
I know this
see
is
what
going
they
to
look
sound
like.
like super stupid, man. But like when you got the carpet samples, he gave us one that had the different piles.
I got a carpet from At Home Floor Store.
I know you did it in the playroom, so you can kind of see and you could touch it, and it really does make a difference because normally when you go to the store, what do you get with the sample? 35 seconds tops.
Yeah.
But having it in your house, like we had all of them, and we had 4 we wanted to choose from, and Andrea would line them up. And, every day she was able to kind of look at it, let it sink in, sleep on it a little bit. It's just better, man. It's a better and a more educated way to choose your floor.
Yeah, they have super professional teams that can install your flooring. I'm going to call up Justin real soon. I've been talking to him back and forth about coming to my house, and it's about time. I'm going to redo my kitchen and all the floors.
Cool thing for you is you're not going to have to chop it up, man. He's going to be able to lay that flooring right on top of your existing tile, save you some time, save you some dust, save you some headaches.
Yep, it's athomefloorstore.com. Give them a call. That's athomefloorstore.com.
Oh, can I speak on one other thing that Justin's always cool about? And we tell you guys about this, but we don't tell you about it enough. He's one of those clients, and all of our clients are like this, where we need something for our BDMs, when we need something for an event, our sponsors are the first to step up and say, hey, I'm in. I want to help these guys.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to us. So thank you, BDMs, for supporting our sponsors, and also thank our sponsors for supporting our BDMs.
Absolutely. And if you don't take it from us, take it from the BDM page, go on there and see who's used At Home Floor Store. There's been a ton of BDMs.
Well, Justin's a BDM.
They can personally testify to how great At Home Floor Store is. So thank you very much, At Home Floor Store.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Whoopee! Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 558.
What happened?
What do you mean?
That's the wrong number.
What do you play the old one?
It's 559, guys.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, no.
No, we're
You're ruined!
Throw it in the river.
Hold on. I can fix this.
Start breaking this place apart.
Hold on. It's all those diarrheas that Tom's been taking. Here, we'll try
Messing
this.
with your brain.
Here, we'll do it again.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
First ever. And we'll, you know what? And we'll do it like pop-up video where we talk over it.
Okay.
Warts and all, right?
We hope that you will find our presentation precise,
Where warts and all come from.
heavy, and just
Well, it's like
right.
if somebody had warts
Thanks.
and... Well, I don't know. I'm imagining they're like, you have to take me warts and all.
I don't want to.
Like if a king had a daughter Well, we'll do this first.
It's more you love all of them, not just the good parts of them. You know what I mean?
Leprosy.
Gross.
Does anybody have a wart that's as long as a tiny dick?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody here have warts?
I mean, I don't think anybody admit it.
Show number
Hold on.
559.
There we go. Hey, it's show number 559 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. You know, the person that says, hey, idiot, you played the wrong, show number.
I know you knew it because we discussed
I made it.
Yeah.
You were in here while I made it. I don't even know why it wasn't queued up. But Samantha, our producer's here. Butler, our sales genius, is here.
Hello.
Is that
What
too,
the
is
hell
that
are
too
you
strong?
wearing, Butler?
Is that too strong?
What is that?
It's a Dwight Schrute.
Okay. Where do you get that?
Oh, it's China.
He's got the virus.
I mean, everything's made in China, but I mean, where did you buy that shirt?
China, sir.
Yeah.
I went to China.
Okay.
China.com.
Oh, get that the fuck out of here, then.
Oh, Corona.
Did you wash it first?
In Corona.
You know what's
In
funny
Corona.
is that I probably went too harsh with the genius thing, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, he's not a genius. I mean,
no.
I said sales genius and
Well, I thought you were like doing it.
building him up to tear him back down.
Well, you know how you call someone big, tiny. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I swear to God, I was
Tiny
thinking exactly. I swear to God, I was thinking exactly the same thing.
That's the joke.
dare you.
Okay, sorry. I didn't realize
Our tiny sales guy, Travis Butler, is here. Ladies and gentlemen, he's one of my favorite comedians in the world, a good friend of the show. He scared the fuck out of me this week when he was covered in blood. Big Tim Murphy on the program.
Hey, everybody. It was my dog's blood. It's fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on with the dog?
No, dog is fine too.
She fucking fucked around and found out by this little Jack Russell Terrier.
Dude, Jack Russell's a go.
And it got her ear, and it got her right at a little spot, and she got a little chunk out of it, and she bled all over the place, and we stopped at Winn-Dixie on the way home, as I needed to get lunch meat and all.
And he's covered in blood. His arms.
I was, tired.
That must have been a strange lunch meat purchase.
It was.
Were they looking at you weird?
A little bit, but I've been getting the same. So Butterball has been on sale for $4.99 a pound.
All right.
At Winn-Dixie, and it's
Are you a Butterball man?
I'm a $4.99 Butterball man.
Yeah.
Because I'm down 31 pounds from eating this lunch meat.
Oh, your lunch meat only.
Well, not only, but basically yes. Very calorie.
Because right now you're doing calories. You don't even care about sodium. You got to go calories.
I mean,
sodium. We'll get there.
I don't salt nothing.
We'll get there.
I don't salt nothing. Anyways, it's fine. But now I'm there, and this woman, she's wanting a Havarti. And they don't have a Havarti. And she's getting the same thing I'm getting. She's getting the Cajun Butterball turkey.
Yeah, you don't go to Winn-Dixie to get Havarti. That's just not a thing.
Well, I think Winn-Dixie's got a
No, I love
vibrant-
Winn-Dixie. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but there are different variations of Winn-Dixie. There's some really good ones, like the one in St. Augustine. Has a whole boiled peanuts section.
Yeah.
Has a lunch meat counter, Dietz and Watson. I mean, it's amazing. And they carry Voss water, all the stuff that I like. It's fancy. Then you got some Winn-Dixies where
like
it's
the
just
one in DeLand. Yeah, they don't have. I mean,
the one in DeLand is rough. That's my.
There's that homeless man that plays violin out all the time, and
I know
I get him to play Irish music and such. But she asked for the Havarti, and they don't have any. So I suggest the smoked Gouda, which would go well with that Cajun.
It would, yeah.
She looked at me like I was insane because I was talking to her about it.
And you're covered in blood.
Then I got to the register and looked down. I was like, "Oh shit, my arms are covered in blood."
God, they smell good, baby. I'm a fucking kill you, baby.
You can be intimidating, Tim. Without being covered in blood.
I mean, let's go through the intimidation tactics that he may not even know. Giant red beard.
Yeah.
Giant red head of hair.
Yeah.
Beautiful head of hair.
I was
Giant.
Giant.
Everything
Just giant. Giant overalls.
I was semi-wet too because a poodle came up to me and got me real dirty.
I actually got a little hard.
So I was real dirty and covered in blood.
Does it make me a pervert that he said I was a little wet and I immediately looked at his overalls?
A little bit. It's fine.
Yeah, I looked right into it.
I was going to tell you, Tim.
Straight into the overalls. I looked right at it.
You're looking slimmer.
You are.
thanks,
You look good,
thank
man.
you,
A lot of room in those overalls. How about we do a challenge? If you keep going, the next time you're here, if you lose another 10 pounds, pounds, I'll get in those overalls with you.
No.
That doesn't make me want to lose weight.
I'll get in there nude. I'll get right in the front.
What the fuck?
We'll be the first ever
up.
human kangaroo, and we'll do a stunt.
I was also lying. I can't tell you. It's like Steven Tyler took off one scarf.
I understand. I understand. My
joking.
titties are small.
I'm joking. Yeah.
My titties.
It's good. I see.
You lose
I
it
see
out of your
weight
titties
post.
first, right? I think you lose it in your titties first.
Yeah. So,
Pretty soon
but
you
you
lose
are
that
down.
long
How
hot
much?
dog titties.
About 31 pounds.
Ah,
That's good.
congratulations, man.
That's awesome.
And what's your goal weight?
I don't know. TV fat. Like 290, 285, somewhere around there.
If you keep going, you can do it, dude.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
And then we get you a tryout for the XFL.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I don't know. I'm crazy today. I apologize.
So
I'm sorry.
You don't want to get naked and jump in my overalls with me. I thought we was going to talk about how I got to show at the fairground next Friday.
We are.
We'll get to all that.
I'm doing carny shit finally, and then next thing you know,
Finally.
I got good point. Good point. I know what I am.
Do we have business to take care of
Business.
before we jump into the show here, buddy?
First up, Side Chicks shirts, brand new.
Yeah.
Samantha, put this design together. She's not the artist.
No, Eddie.
What's that? Yeah, Eddie.
How do you not know Eddie? I was talking to him last night.
I forgot who.
Yeah, I don't want any
designed this.
credit for the art. I'm not that
I'm gonna
talented.
throw something out there because we're like your new thing is throw everything at the wall. I'm gonna throw something out there. Eddie and I are working on a project. He sent me probably the first piece of it yesterday, and it's gonna be a Tom and Dan adult coloring book that we've been working on for arguably like 5 years.
Yeah.
It's happening this year. We're doing it.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see
We're going
it.
to do it. It's got a charity component to it. It's all of his artwork. You can color it. Your kids can color it. I don't care what you do with it after you buy it.
Eddie's been doing our shirts for years.
He's just so fucking talented.
And there's a new Side Chick shirt up right now on TomandDan.com, so grab it while it lasts.
I'm personally offended if you can't color him as a kangaroo in a pouch in my overalls.
No.
Work on that. We can work on
Eddie,
that.
get working on it.
It'll happen.
It'll take him all in 5 seconds. He's probably already drawn it, to tell you the truth, because he's super creative. The other thing that's super cool about these shirts is I'm a little pissed off that I can't get one.
I mean, you can.
Well, it ain't gonna look right because it's not cut for guys, right? It's not a guy cut shirt. It's a girl cut shirt.
female cut.
Not everything has to be for you.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I stand corrected. He's exactly right. That was actually a selfish comment I made.
I'm going to recap something that I've been talking about for the past couple weeks. But
You look, can I just say, you look very, 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 very rough.
yeah.
You look very wits end. You look a little frizzle-frazzled.
You should. My wife is at her wits end right now.
You're not shaving. I can tell that you're not as put together as you normally would be. When you got here this morning, your shirt was covered in some sort of goo.
Yeah. I normally don't do right before a
you're
comes in here.
You're off. Can we talk about that?
And then Earthquake came in.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, he's hurt him.
Earthquake came in. He came in the door with the manager of the Orlando Improv. Oh, by the way,
why do you guys throw me into the boat? Like, he's shitting.
No.
No, we actually tried to cover for you.
I covered. He kept asking.
No, really.
And then he said, "What is he in the bathroom?"
At one point, he's like, "Where the hell is Tom? Where the fuck is Tom?" He's got like kind of like a Bernie Mac, bigger, black comedian voice. Yeah. And he's, where's Tom? We're not here. I'm like, he kept asking. I'm like, he's in the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh, dude, blowing it up." And I'm like, "Oh God, he is blowing."
You could say I have a medical problem.
Yes, he is blowing it. No, I'm not. You don't have a medical problem.
We just tell people that. I'm not going to. He's in the bathroom.
He has IBS.
He's in a medical problem.
I actually have IBS.
By the way,
and I don't blow up the bathroom as much as this guy does. Sweet Beans over here is the only one that shits it up, and when you walk in there, it smells like a mixture of burnt tires and burnt sugar.
When we were in the office, like right as Earthquake was coming to the office door, me and Butler were sitting in there, and I swear I heard a cartoon, like someone slipping off of the seat. Yeah, and I looked at Butler, I go, what the fuck is he doing in there?
Yeah, what were you doing?
I was trying to climb into the drop ceiling.
When it come through. I would love if I looked out in the lobby and the drop ceiling, I see it open just a little bit, and you're like waving.
Through the vents.
You're waving. And you're like, hey, get up here. You put a rope down. I'm like, I just climb right up. I just stay there with you. And then what? Where the earthquake? Where are they? So but anyway, Earthquake interview's out. He's a sweet man. It's like the fourth time we've had him in. Saturday is sold out. Friday tonight not sold out, but I would imagine it's going to sell out quick.
So I realize because we do so much content throughout the week that not everybody gets to catch what's going on, and we kind of do our shows literally based on kind of what's happening. For instance, and I'll go through our schedule real quick because we never really talk about this, but so on Monday mornings we do the BDM show and the OG show, and usually the BDM show consists, unless we have an interview, which we had Jana Banana on.
Holy fuck.
This past Monday.
Nobody liked that show.
Which was really, really fucking awesome.
I didn't get one email. I didn't get one text from people that really enjoyed it. Oh,
Obviously,
that's right. I got hundreds.
It resonated with a lot of people, but it's a BDM show. It's on,
you know
right
why?
now.
You know why? Because her positivity is completely authentic.
Yes. But usually it's, we do the show like we do all our shows, and we kind of talk about what happened this past weekend and stuff. So a lot of stuff goes into the BDM show and then since we already talked about it, then we move on and then we record ACTs. We may cover that stuff.
Well,
and then
you really do, and this isn't just telling you Friday Free Show folks what's up, but you really do miss a lot of like intimate stuff if you're not a BDM, because the BDM shows we save, and we're usually coming off of weekends. So on Monday you usually get the scoop of the poop, what's been going down,
and then
poop scoop.
Poop scoop. Yeah. We normally don't really talk about it again because in our minds it's already out. We've already flushed it from our brains.
Get bored, really easy, which is we're not.
I also never know what day it is.
Yeah. That's
that. Well, you record a lot. I mean, you even record as much or more than we do.
So then like Tuesdays we record Tuesday show and Wednesday show. Then Wednesday we record the second half of Wednesday show and Thursday show, and then Thursday we record Friday
show,
and then Monday
maybe an OG.
Like an hour from Monday. Anyway, so it's all over the place.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we do the segments in like we have to cut segment 2 first, then 4, then 1, then 3. Or then 4, then 3, then 1, then 2. And it's a mind fuck.
Also, speaking, Samantha's been putting together a curated best of ACT that gets released on Saturdays.
And she's killing it.
So that helps people because I started doing the math, and between like 13 and 14 hours of content we do a week. That's a lot. People don't have.
That's too much.
Some
Whose
people
idea was that?
I don't know.
I tried talking to you
Is
guys.
that you or me? I'm going to
to
put that one on me. I think that's me.
It was definitely you guys.
So some of our listeners.
I was like, don't go 5 days a week. What are you, crazy?
Well, I don't think it's you, and I know it's not you, Butler.
I didn't do it, so y'all do less. Less work better.
Yeah.
But
Tom needed boat money.
Some people
5 days a
week. Some people can listen to all of it, and we appreciate that. But some people can. And anyway, so that's why we have this curated ACT best of on Saturdays. So going back to the recap, I realized over the past 2 weeks I've been talking about in little spurts here and there about purchasing my family boat that I've been wanting to for years, and everything has happened after that and all. So I'll recap it real quick. For the people that don't get a chance to listen to all of our content throughout the week. So, I've been talking about buying a boat, and
it's been a pretty long process.
And a BDM contacted me, 3 weeks ago, said, "Hey, I'm selling my boat," and it sounds like from the BDM show, it's about the same boat you guys have been looking for, and it happened to be it's a deck boat, family boat,
almost too good to be true. Boat?
This BDM gave me a BDM deal.
That you never heard of before? Was his name Mr. Scratch by any chance?
His
name is very
unique. It sounds like a scam.
You said something earlier in the week that I know you were meaning to make a joke.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, the more I thought that it was not a joke. Do you want to say his name?
Yeah. So, the BDM's name is Falconer Jones.
Tom made this joke. And he said Falconer Jones sounds like the name a human would take on if he were a devil taking on the human form.
Pretending to be a human.
And I started cracking up laughing. And then last night I was really hot, and I started thinking about that quote, and I go, That's not really a joke. That actually sounds like.
Did you have to meet him at a crossroads?
No, I came to his
Doesn't
house.
it sound like that?
Well, I knew it.
They show up in a Cadillac that didn't appear to drive or start or anything, just kind of floated away.
Falcon or Jones?
I knew his brother, Bellagio Todd.
I'm sorry?
Which is another. It goes back to Dice Days with
So
Dice
is he a
Man
fucking
Millionaire.
spy, or-
It's a whole thing. Anyway, so when I first bought this boat, which it's been, I've been thinking about this for a long time, been waiting to buy this family boat
Almost
to
like
have for the
it's
next
the
10
thing your
years.
soul desires most.
Yeah. And then my wife puts a picture of it, and she
Well,
had
I really
noticed
liked
this.
your picture because like you guys, I knew you guys were going to get the boat, and you were really excited about it. And I know I checked in. You left a little early after the Friday Free Show. I said, "Hey man, have fun driving." And where were you picking it up from?
Naples.
Okay, so he's going to Naples to get the boat, and your wife put up a picture, and it said "new boat, who dis?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, the boat!" And I looked,
mom joke.
but well, I mean,
That was good.
She's excited.
That was a good. That was,
But she's excited, and then
That was good.
Sweet mom.
And then I'm looking at the photo, and then instantly I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting.
So the FL number for the boat is 6661. That's
Yeah,
it.
number one devil boat.
And
if you want to put
listen,
it that way.
Here's the thing. I believe in nothing. Obviously, you guys know
you don't
that.
even believe in yourself.
I'm not
yeah, but the
superstitious.
devil believes in you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not superstitious at all. I don't believe in supernatural anything. I'm all about science or whatever until you show it to
It
me.
is odd,
and then I'll
though.
believe it. So like I don't.
Why not 667?
100% don't believe in God. I just don't have any evidence to show me that there is.
I literally believe with 10 grand and a couple magicians, I could make you believe that I was a fucking deity.
With enough
For
evidence,
supplies and stuff, I could make you believe I'm a fucking
so,
deity.
anyway, I laughed it off when Daniel noticed that, and my wife noticed it. She's hyper vigilant, noticed everything, and then things started to happen. And I'll go through the list because we've been talking them through the.
You made a list
the past 2 weeks, but this is what's happened in the past 2 weeks
since acquiring the boat.
Oh, 2 leaks. You heard that, right? You're going to have leaks on that boat. You've already said it. He already said it.
Yeah, maybe it's connected to the things you say.
So I think I may have bought it 3 weeks ago now.
I think it's
but
3.
anyway,
Did you find a monkey's paw?
I said the same thing.
Bellagio Todd did give me the dice. He's like, "This is my lucky dice. You could
Throw
drill
that away.
You could drill a
Yeah.
hole through." Now my wife wants to put it in a cup of water and put it under the boat seat like goddamn Santeria.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
She can
You
now.
guys are fucking insane.
You took
She's
the guy's
full on
lucky
convinced
dice?
it's cursed.
Well,
You're not
before
supposed to take. You can't take anybody else's luck, Tom.
before you say he's insane, let him give you the rundown
So-
of all the things that have been happening to him.
So first, Tommy gets strep throat. Okay, all kids get strep
Yeah,
throat. or
especially
whatever.
at this
They all-
age,
yeah.
man.
And apparently, everybody's kid's been sick. Like Maisie, my niece
Maisie
got the flu. Everybody's
got the flu
whatever.
for a whopping 7 hours.
So-
she's back to normal, bouncing off the walls.
So Tommy gets strep throat. That led us into, I talked about it on Friday, me rushing him to the emergency room because I'm a irrational, freaked out dad. That his temperature got to 104, and I freaked out. Apparently, that's no big deal. Anyway, we took him that. He was on antibiotics for 10 days, and then Max gets fucking walking pneumonia.
Yep.
It's like this is all like congruent in the timeline. It's like Tommy gets it first, then Max somehow gets walking pneumonia, so now he's on antibiotics. So the last day of Tommy's antibiotics,
You also forgot to pick up Tommy from school that week.
I forgot about that.
Well, that's not
normal
the boat.
behavior.
That's not the boat.
That's true.
That's regular Tom
That's-
Van.
If we had a chart, it'd be like 3 for the boat, 1 for Tom.
That's normal operating procedures
Okay.
in my life.
That's just you trying to make it a 2-score game.
If I started adding up all the things, I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm just going to abnormal things that happen.
Okay.
So
I know what you mean. I don't bring up all the sad things that had all the sad things. Like,
we know. We did the math.
Yeah.
When you walked in, we're like, this guy,
it's
sad
fine.
things happen to him.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, so Max gets walking pneumonia, so he's sick. Then we're like, okay, well, at least Tommy's getting better. The last day of his fucking antibiotics, high fever again. We're like, what the fuck? We take him back.
Yeah, it's supposed to
His strep throat is back, and they're like, "Oh, he's got strep that's
better than ever.
This antibiotics resistant to amoxicillin. He's got to get on new
strep plus.
So again, another 10 days of shit.
Quarantine that house.
They start speaking Aramaic and shit.
So during this time, also, I think this happened last weekend. The bubbling in the toilet.
Yeah.
Remember that I told you this story throughout the week. I can't remember what days the show.
Well, it's all running together now. So there's doo-doo everywhere.
And then it started spraying out my bathtub drains, like violently spraying, like out of the drain that keeps the bathtub from overflowing, like the round thing with the. It was like. Like shit, just more brown sewer water.
Sweet cans everywhere.
It can't not be shit, right? It's shit involved.
Does the boat whisper to you at night?
And I'm plunging, panicking, trying
don't do this.
I'm shake weight plunging the toilet so it doesn't come. So anyway, that happened.
Yeah, you can't. You're right. You got to go. It's got to go small motions or you'll splash everywhere.
Yes. The next morning, we wake up to a termite swarm that in our office that they.
Yeah. What's the update on the termite swarm?
Burn pest control's coming on Monday.
Right.
I talked to
And they said, we got
to.
you know what my name is. Have to do that to your house. We're gonna.
It's the final burn.
I'm sorry. We're gonna mee this place down.
So anyway, I don't know what's gonna happen, but they definitely swarmed out and they all died on our windowsills. And
that's lovely.
We were like,
how nice.
So
did they expel things in their bodies? Like get out.
There's just strep throat and shit and bugs everywhere in this place.
Then hours later, the shit bubbled up again. And by the way, we called the emergency plumber that night. He's up on the fucking roof, snaking
with the hot mops.
Yeah, snaking the toilet. This is at 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, next morning it started happening again. The toilet bubbling. Max comes running out. He's like, "It's bubbling." We're like, "No!" So then we're watching it. We're like, "Okay, nothing's happening. Good." And then we forgot about our fucking master bath. They're doing renovation. It's completely stripped. The toilet's off, so it's just a hole. We're like, "The hole! Go check the hole!" And we open the door, and it bubbled shit out the fucking hole all over.
Like fucking
I need to come burn some sage in your house or something,
so
man.
wait,
the fucking
all over
this
the
one's
tile. The tile's not even grouted. It doo-doo grout.
You're never going to get that out. You're never
there's
going to
now
get that
in
out.
place of where the grout would be, there's like I'm assuming wet shit.
Yeah. Well, they cleaned it
He
up.
said he threw some sheets on it.
Threw sheets on it.
I don't know how that cleans it up.
That's what I do.
So I and I don't know when in all this, as I lost my toenail, I tracked shit.
Your shit stomped everywhere in here.
Yeah, shit stomped everywhere and it smelled like shit. I started vomiting.
I stepped in dog doo-doo and I stomped it through the whole studio.
Pretty sure Jana Banana had to smell your shit.
Yeah.
You need to get a Jew to put some ram's blood on your front door.
I was telling.
This is not good.
It's the fucking devil boat.
I was telling Jan about business. I was tracking doo-doo everywhere. Travis had to scrub the doo-doo off the carpets.
He was gagging in there. He was on his hands and knees.
You're the real MVP this week, and you know that. You know
Employee
that.
of the week.
You know that.
It smelled so bad, dude.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
It was the worst ever. And look, we've had it happen a couple times.
Yeah.
This was bad.
Well, there's no question about who did it because his fucking the embossment of his flip flop was in shit.
Yeah, it was like Olakai.
You've never walked more in the studio.
Well,
than
he
that
likes
morning.
Jana, and she's a positive person. And when you got that much positivity,
It fired me up.
Yeah, it fired him up, and he's like, "I'm gonna stubble Lululemon."
Then this fucking last night, this happened. So
Yeah, I haven't even heard this.
So Tommy, after the second round of antibiotics after 10 days, he gets a fever again.
Third time.
And then we're like, what the fuck? So my wife takes him to the doctor and they test him for the flu because they think it's the flu, whatever. And then it turns out he's got the goddamn walking pneumonia or something similar to it. They called it something different, but they're like, it's an infection in the lungs. Antibiotics again. This time Z-Pack. This is the third goddamn thing of antibiotics. So, but he seemed fine. He wasn't complaining about being sick. So we after dinner last night we're like, Tommy can't go to school and because of VPK Fridays are optional. So my wife's like, it's easier just to keep Max from school. So they both didn't have school. So we're like, we'll take you to Jeremiah's after dinner for a little ice cream treat or whatever.
Pick me up.
Yeah, and
morale
because you
booster.
guys are Tommy's sick, whatever. Go to Jeremiah's, have a fun.
Is it all just frogs? Or just the place is all
No,
frogs?
not yet. Everything's
Frogs
It's
pouring
still froggy
everywhere.
frog.
Just frogs pouring from the just pouring from the sky.
From the sky.
Is that Jesus with a fire sword? Oh, that's not good.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. We're the only people here. Where is everybody?
I don't think he's going to like me not believing in him.
None of the sweeties. Excuse me, is there anybody back there that can scoop my scoop froggy frog?
So, anyway, so then we're driving home from Jeremiah's, and Tommy's like, I'm cold.
Well, he's
And-
eating ice cream.
You just
I
say
know.
Jeremiah's, you dumb dog. Even I know that. Even your daddy knows that. Oh, yeah.
So I do, by the way, I feel like a complete dickhead now because me and my wife were kind of like, oh, it's fine, whatever. He's like, can you turn on the
took an
heat?
infectious kid around to places. It's fine.
So we're like, we're all going to be hot.
Can
We're
you
fine.
turn on the
Just-
heat? It was 86
Yeah, yeah.
degrees yesterday.
And we constantly try to toughen him up so we feel like.
Yeah, by feeding him ice cream.
I know.
Little baby.
But we don't want to be like, oh, you're cold. They turn it anyway. So he's complaining.
Been sick for 20 days.
He's complaining about being
Poor
cold.
kid.
This is the time you pick the next
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
I can't pick times.
Jesus Christ.
I can't pick times.
I mean,
I don't know
no
when to
shit.
do it and not to do it.
Tommy's been sick and had a fever for almost a month. He's a tough motherfucker.
So anyway, we get home.
He's fighting crime at school.
By the time we get home, he's full on shivering, right? So and this is where I fucked up. So he's shivering. I'm like, I pick him up. He's shaking. And I'm like, oh, it's just, and then we were feeling his head is like fever again. So we start taking his fever with the forehead thing, and it's high. So we're like, all right, let's rinse him off real quick in the bath. We gotta get, So we put him in the
Rinse him
bath.
off?
He's shaking. So I'm like trying to put hot water on him.
Stick you dropped on the floor.
Put a blanket around
Which is the worst because like now I'm heating him up. Well, he's already got a fever. That's why he's shaking. I'm doing it all wrong. So then I take him out. And this point he's shaking so bad that we get the Advil in him, right? And he's like he can't even open his jaw because his shivering is
What?
so bad.
You motherfuckers
His
panic
jaw is
about
clenched.
everything, but the boy's jaw's clenched. You don't go to the hospital.
Well, I know. Well, then so we already have the antibiotics. They already
Put it in his butt.
So we start giving him the forehead, the temporal thermometer deal.
So you
whatever.
headbutted him. Snap out of it. Man up,
Yeah,
bitch.
like Adrian Heath told me to
I gave him
headbutt you.
I gave him the forehead.
So we start doing the temporal thermometer thing, and then it just says hi. So I was like, what the fuck?
And you're like, hi, I'm Tom Thermometer.
I'm
Please
high,
read
too.
my son.
So that's never happened before, and then I'm like, why does it just say hi? So I'm Google searching, like, why does this thing, and then I find some.
Wait a minute. Did it say your dad is high?
It just then it said it's. When it says hi, it's beyond the reading ability
Holy
of the
shit.
fucking. It's like when Tim steps on the scale.
What? This kid's gonna die.
The Bed Bath and Beyond. No,
If you don't go to the hospital soon, this is going to be.
there's a limit.
Yeah, it just goes, and then it just says,
Error.
Yeah, so
Error.
the goddamn thing is giving me the equivalent of error.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then at one point, we keep doing it over and over, and then at one point it says
"Wait, goddammit!"
It says 107, right? And
Holy shit.
so that's when
nuts.
we freak out. Now, here's the thing: my wife calls the pediatrician. They have an on-call doctor. That's like $30, whatever. The doctor tells us, like,
Castleberry
listen,
Flea Market pediatrician.
and by the way, we did take him to the emergency room back when his fever was 104. And then the emergency room and the doctors there, they're like, listen, all we're going to do is give him antibiotic or Tylenol, Motrin, back and forth, and monitor. Like, there's really nothing you could do if he's in stable condition, he's not unconscious, it's fine. And actually take him to the hospital exposes him to a bunch of other viruses that we got here. So it's better off that you just do. So the doctor told us that, like, listen, they've already diagnosed him. He's got the antibiotics. Just monitor him. If he goes unconscious, something emergency, have to take him to the emergency room.
Okay, thank you, thank you, Dr. Shaggy Two Dope. We'll do exactly that.
But we weren't
Thank you.
freaking out, and so then we're there, we're monitoring him. It slowly goes down, but
good.
at one point, like his fever was the highest it's ever been. So that was our night last night.
So you say you ended up going to did you go?
No.
You didn't seek medical attention. You did the phone doctor. And
the phone doctor said everything was fine.
What did the shot doctor say?
And then I called him too. He's like, he started telling me about hot tub and the bitches he should book. And he's like, I also said, I'm fired. Please help me. I'm
Did the shot doctor get fired?
Yeah.
What'd he do?
It just layoffs because the radio's dying.
He's been doing that shit for a long time.
He'll get rehired. That's what they do too.
It's the cycle.
It's a weird thing.
We know the cycle.
Anyway, so there's been a lot that's happened in the past 3 weeks since I bought this boat, and
anything good?
I'm not saying
has anything good
I
happened
believe in
3
curses, but
it floats, right?
You know,
he hasn't taken it out yet.
The world believed the Earth was flat until people started fucking sailing around it, and then maybe it isn't.
Actually, they figured that was round in the Greek days.
I don't know. I'm just saying that when you start having a bunch of evidence presented to you, you know, I mean,
that's why I really believe that if we didn't tell you and I had a budget of $10,000 and a couple of real good magicians, I could make you believe that I was magic.
It's been a rough 3 weeks. By the way, I haven't even taken the boat out one time yet.
Yeah. And the wizard pissed you off by asking if it floats.
You need to go by yourself in that boat the first trip.
I know.
That's not a bad idea.
Tomorrow's my first day. I got it all fixed up.
So you're ready to go.
I'm taking it out tomorrow.
With your whole family?
No, my Tommy's too sick to go out with me.
Wait a minute.
And now my wife...
Do not go out by yourself.
No, I'm by myself.
No, you probably
we're never going to see him again.
I'll call Butler. Butler will be with me.
I have
He'd ride or die.
meeting. What time are you going? It's more of a ride and die.
Yeah.
It's like there's no or here.
Monetize it. Someone will give you. I guarantee you can charge someone money to go on a boat with you. Just don't go by yourself.
I don't know. At this point, I don't know if any of the listeners.
For the record, I ain't paying shit.
Well, why the fuck would you, man? Aren't you on the couch with us? I'm not paying shit neither.
Do you have life jackets and everything you need?
There's overrated.
I looked in like
you know,
one of the
how
stores.
your dad died, Tom.
I know. You would think that I'd be more careful. Not at all.
How old was your dad when he died?
Younger than me. He was 37. I'm actually this past birthday. I'm older than my dad ever was.
Yeah, take that.
So maybe hear
take
me
that,
out.
Dad. I got a boat and I live more than you.
So maybe hear me out. So maybe hear me out. Maybe there is a curse, right?
Yeah.
And now that boat showed up like this motherfucker's supposed to have been dead by now.
So they ramped it up.
His yours are ramping up.
They're like, I'll send Falcon or Jones in my stead, and he'll sell Tom the boat that will kill him. And then all we got to do is conjure up a hurricane and figure out a reason for him to drive into it.
But you're too bumbling for. It's almost like remember Get Smart?
Yeah.
It's almost like Get Smart, you versus the devil. The devil's throwing all of his great stuff at you, but you're so bumbling that none of it works. You know what I mean? Like you bumble your way out of it. It's almost like you bumble.
He lived again.
It's like, remember, like Get Smart. It was like you would, or like Inspector Gadget. You would bumble, and then eventually you would solve the crime, but not without the help of Penny and Brain.
It's Mr. Magoo. Like right when you're going to fall to your death, the fucking thing swings and you're walking across it.
Exactly. Oh, where are my glasses?
The big beam swings, and he's like, anyway. So all these events have inspired Daniel.
Yeah, I wrote a song.
And he told me about this song that he wrote this week.
I did.
Because
it's an original song. It's not a parody. I figured if we're going to try to break the curse, I have to be a little more original than just, pulling up, the hit Post Malone song and like changing the lyrics a little bit,
So Daniel is going to present the song to all of us for the first time.
This is it's a ballad, and it's a traditional. I think it's like a traditional drinking song. I wrote it for you guys. I think a little bit of the Witcher song. Think a little bit of Disney, a little bit of Broadway. This one took a very long time to make, and here, let's do it.
Tom can't afford a real Witcher, so he's going to have me come do it.
Sailors be saying that late at night there's a phantom ship with a ghostly crew that sails the Castleberry waters. Well, this isn't that boat. This is just a song about a bad Craigslist transaction in an area of town with a lot of vape shops. Captain Tom, he wanted a new vessel to sail, a new boat to call all his own. In a few weeks of time, he found his dream boat online, owned by the man known as Falconer Jones. Falconer Jones, you know what you've done. You've released a curse that cannot be undone. And poor Captain Tom, fare thee well, fare thee well. You'll be driving this boat straight to hell. Your life is a virtual hell. A deck boat that's perfect for families and kids. But something else captured his eye. For when he looked at the bow, his wife whispered, wow. 666 was embossed on the side. Falconer Jones, you've already won. Your shit spray and termites will blot out the sun. And poor Captain Tom, fare thee well, fare thee well. He'll be driving his boat straight to hell. Captain Tom parked his boat in his doo-doo root yard. His sons proudly stood by his side. While the boys laughed and played, they could hear the shit spray, and the darkness took over the skies.
Hi, Falconer Jones, you made my son sick. Your satanic boat filled with all these termites and shit. And poor Captain Mayfair, may well fare, may well. I'll be driving this boat straight to hell. I'm gonna drive this boat straight to hell. My life is a virtual hell. We're all made again in hell.
It took a dark turn.
Oh, is that Falconer?
God damn it. Why would you sing as me? It sounds like Goofy.
It's so goofy.
It is very good.
It's 100% Goofy.
There you go.
100% goofy.
God damn it.
That's for you, buddy. There's a little Falconer Jones. I hope that breaks the curse, because it's bad. It's
something.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe you just got to get it out in the water.
Yeah. Maybe that's what.
I don't feel good about it.
I do think that somebody should go with you, and I don't think it should be Butler.
Why not?
Because
look at him. Look at his shorts.
No, wait, you guys together. It's like real life Gilligan's Island.
I'm the only one here who sailed the Caribbean, so
do you have a white
nautical experience?
Do you have a white bucket hat you can wear?
Yes.
Do you have a blue polo you can wear?
Butler's literally rented a sailboat with his college buddies or some shit. And
He barely made it back alive.
I don't know. First of all, how did that happen?
But I made it back.
Did you?
That was when you were a lot younger.
Are you just a ghost?
I'm just a ghost.
Anyway,
Christ on a bike.
I'll tell you about what happens on Monday.
Do you want to talk about the contest we had?
Yes. Because of all this boat talk, we've been giving away a lot of tickets lately.
Hard Rock's been hooking us up.
Yeah, thanks to Hard Rock Live, which they have a great list of shows coming up. Sal Volcano's from Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, a lot of
you
people
went and seen Mark Maron.
Yeah, I mean, it was that was fantastic. Yeah, Sam and I saw Mark Maron, fantastic. Sal Volcano, Patton Oswalt, Nikki Glazer. We got a lot of tickets to give away, right?
Cummins.
Yeah, Whitney Cummins. We got to give away. I mean, Hard Rock's good to us, man. They're really good to us.
So speaking of Patton Oswalt, he's going to be there, and we're trying to think of a way to give these tickets away. You know, it's funny because we normally don't do too many ticket giveaways and stuff, but I like it.
Notoriously, ticket giveaways, if not done properly on the radio, they're really shitty. But
I mean, like how I won tickets to Weezer, but then Super Dave didn't give them to me. Or
No! How dare you? He's our friend. Get the hell out of here.
Hey, I was supposed to want him at Dancers of the whole thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I drove down there to get him from that fucking stupid prize room thing. They didn't have none. It was a fucking
that does sound like
it was my birthday too.
Yeah, if you don't fill out the form,
like I said, it's a nightmare. But then I remembered we can do whatever the fuck we want because we own the show. So we're like, hey, let's just give them to the BDMs.
So I think Samantha put up a contest contest, name my boat. Now, my wife loosely wants to call it Lena 3.
Maybe that's the problem.
I thought it was 2, but she reminded me that the first original Lena is the Lena 1. Then our first boat was Lena 2. This is Lena 3, stupid. Anyway.
Oddly enough, your wife is Crazy Juan.
I know.
Hey, wait, not to break it to you.
Full on believes in the curse, by the way.
Me crazy, too.
Which is ruining my time because I'm like, because the whole stuff is not bullshit. It's not the China. She's like, no, curse. Anyway, so.
I kind of feel like it's cursed.
We got over 200 comments on this thread.
So the what was the contest? Suggest a name for my boat.
Just rename Tom's boat. Devil boat.
So what do we got?
We got a few. Let's see. We got vanities.
All right.
Wait, vanities.
Okay.
And you put a picture of Vanna White on it.
I think it's supposed to be a manatee.
No, I know, but I mean like vanities.
I like the vanities with the tits.
Or vanity. How about vanity?
It's a pun on our last name.
Like vanity.
Yeah.
Call it vanity and then put a mirror.
No. I like vanities like a manatee with titties.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So put vanities and then put airbrush a manatee with titties, but sucking its own titty. Like with its big,
or flagship spring break style.
Is it flagship spring break? I mean, do people like that when girls like suck their own titties?
Yes. They do it a lot.
Yeah, they do it. Well, no, not as much as they used to in the '90s. I feel like girls are sucking their own titties. I
just like to ask them if they can to see if they'll do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, you could ask any girl to suck her own titties, and some of them are like, I can't. And that's going to be disappointing. So don't ask.
But that's when you do it.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's like consent, sometimes it's like two teens kissing where you're clanking each other's teeth together.
Jump in there like a guy. More.
I like vanities.
I like vanities.
Okay, Orb of the Seas.
Okay,
that'll never work. No.
Aquaholic.
Okay, that shit. They just stole that from the internet.
Yeah.
That's
we got Tom Tannic.
All right,
like the Titanic.
Okay.
We have Orbyone Kinorbi. I'm sorry, dude.
Orbyone Kinorbi. I like the Norby makes it. Because I think I've actually called you Orbyone Kenobi.
My only
Orbyone Kinorbi is hilarious.
My bone with that one, though, aren't the boats supposed to be female names, though? That's female.
No,
fuck, you can be whatever you want.
No, they're supposed to be ladies.
Well, this one is Samantha's Rays.
That's Mustang.
Samantha's Rays.
That was
good. Big Deck Millionaire.
I get the Samantha's Rays. I was thinking titties. So. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Rays of sunshine.
Like Samantha Rays go be out of her titties.
Yeah, that's stupid. We get it all wrong.
It's all titties.
Here to get out of pier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're all just here to get out of pier.
Yeah. I like the puns because if a boat name has to be punny.
How about disappear? And it's your finger pointing at the pier. And you're like, disappear, me dumb. You like that one a lot. A little too much. You're like, I like that one.
We have Ampheta Dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one. I might take that one myself.
Cirrhosis of the River.
Whoa! I've never heard that one.
I like that because they could go for the St. John's or the Intercoastal.
That's a long one across the
also, it's not so good when you get pulled over by the boat cops, which will happen every day.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like, you named your boat because you like to drink.
Maybe you name it something that throws them off. You know, like, I don't drink.
That causes
sober boater.
And then the last one I have written down is Wave Digger.
Wave Digger.
I like that one.
Put in your votes.
Dude, Wave Digger, and then a picture of you jumping your own boat.
In my boat. It's like a mirror looking at its own mirror. It's good.
Let me ask you a serious question. If you were a mirror, could you see yourself in another mirror?
Bodie the boat.
Tom, what are you picking?
Are we voting on one?
Goddamn, Cirrhosis of the River is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Wave Digger's funny.
Wave Digger's good, dude.
Orbyone Kinorbi.
You like that?
You laugh the hardest. I'm going to Orbyone Kinorbi.
Yeah, I think I gotta go Orbyone Kinorbi too, just because the Norby nailed it. It's so stupid.
Samantha's Rays is the best. This is the best thing.
Her husband says so.
I'm just glad we're going with something Star Wars. Awesome.
nerd.
We're going to talk about your nerdy Star Wars day tomorrow.
Fucking nerds.
We got to take a break, so we'll take one, and then we'll come back. So we're all in agreement?
Give it to Orby.
So who's the winner?
Hold on, let me go see who
We'll give
wrote
you
it.
That's pretty cool.
a pair of Patton Oswalt tickets to Hard Rock Live. And maybe if we have some other ones, we can give it to some runners-up.
It's not. I'm a child and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And not that funny. And when I hear the name Patton Oswalt, I think of putting my hand just gently on my dick and just going. It's just like Patton.
This is how dumb I am.
I don't know why that makes me think.
The first thing you think of when you think of Patton Oswalt is patting your dick?
like I've named it Oswald.
You're a fucking degenerate.
I'll tell you
Brian
something.
Mozo, congratulations.
There you go, Brian. Congrats.
This is how dumb I am. Before I knew Patton Oswalt, I thought it was Pat and Oswald, the comedy team, like a goddamn morning show.
Comedy stylings of Patton Oswalt. Hey there, Pat. I went down to the seashore the other day, and I met a great dame.
That's how dumb I am.
Tell me more about it, Oswald.
I didn't think anything could get more absurd than thinking of patting your dick. But thinking of the two of them.
If you think about it, it sounds like Pat and Oswald. If you didn't know any better, anyway, there's been a lot of things this week that everybody's looked at me. They're like, "You're like him," and then I'm like, "I think I am."
Maybe he should be your first mate.
Yeah, you're right.
And here we have the first ever special needs ski team taking off for the first time to try the boat.
Yeah. It's eerily similar. There's a lot I have in common. Anyway. All right, we're going to take a break.
Yes, sir.
We're going to come back. We got a bunch of stories, a bunch of stuff to talk about. I know Big Tim's got some stuff.
He's got a couple conspiracies. We got emails. We got voicemails.
Should we take this shot right now? Because I feel like I want it. Because
Whoa!
Look at that.
I don't want to wait throughout the break. Let's take it now.
Hold on, Butler, you're on.
Butler, I think you stole mine, bro.
Butler, I'm going to go and give you your echo.
God, these fucking people not know who Patton Oswalt is. That's Paddington Bear, you piece of shit. It's a fake bear.
Well, those movies hold up though. The Paddington
movies.
They were
good.
They're good movies.
They're good movies.
They're very good.
That's a cartoon.
Yeah, Maisie loves them. They're very good. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Here's our toast. If you want to play along at home, get yourself a shot.
All right, so fuck this weather. I cannot wake up. Porky's tonight for an epic meetup. So pass me the butt and give me a gibber. You cannot go wrong with a barbecue dinner. Rock and roll 90210.
Right.
Did he actually get one right?
I can't believe that.
I don't know. Who's he asking the gibber from?
I don't know.
Dusk. It's good though. Wild turkey, American honey.
That's the first time anybody's ever asked for a blowjob from their wife on the show.
No, I'm pretty sure I've been here when y'all. Never mind.
I'm not going to ask my wife for a blowjob on the show.
I think you have.
I think you have. I'm pretty sure you have. I remember.
I've tried every other fucking avenue.
You know, I
This
think
is
you guys
easier.
are.
I remember
you
you have.
fucking gaslighting. I don't remember. ever.
Sure. We're definitely gaslighting.
I don't remember.
Andrea, you were in the chat. Confirm.
I don't remember ever saying that. I would beg for one every show then, if it
Well,
worked.
I don't think it works, but you asked.
The name of the band is the Warhawks. The name of the song is I Can't Wait. This is some good blue-collar, indie, blues-infused alternative rock and roll. You'll like it. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. Want to call in? 1-844-TOMNDAN to call. You there in those tiny shorts. You need to go to Seminole Power Sports and get a motorcycle. Ride it down the road.
What is that? What did you just do?
I don't know, but the facial expressions. If anybody can see the facial, they were terrible.
Seminole Power Sports right there, Reinhardt Road in Sanford.
Yes, sir.
They have a beautiful showroom filled with toys.
It's huge.
I love to go in there and just see all their scooters that they have.
I'm not allowed to go in there anymore.
Daniel bought a ruckus from them.
That's why I'm not allowed to go in there anymore.
All the accessories, the dirt bikes, the street bikes,
Helmets,
the
gear,
four-wheelers,
jackets, motocross gear, Yeti coolers, Yeti cups, Yeti everything.
the side-by-sides. My God, the side-by-sides.
Yeah, I want a side-by-side really bad. Now, where would I keep it? No idea. Where would I ride it? No idea.
Yeah.
But I want one.
They also have Seminole Power Sports North right there in Eustis.
Suzuki.
They got Suzuki up there, but
That's the R1, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've only ridden that bike one time. Can't keep the front wheel down because I'm a half man. I'm a very small man.
Is that a Yamaha? Is the R1
Wait,
Yamaha?
the R1's a Yamaha. Am I screwing this all up? What's Suzuki got then?
I think the Gixxer, if you want to.
Gixxer.
That's maybe
Wait,
a
the
slang.
Kawasaki's got what? The Ninja?
Yes, yeah.
See, now you're going to get me all salivating for motorcycles, which I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Maisie to go to college, and I'm going to Seminole Power Sports my face off.
Yeah, their service department's great. Used them multiple times. I fixed my sister's four-wheeler, service both my kids' Yamaha 50 Outlaws.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, they're Polaris 50 Outlaws.
We know a lot about motorcycles.
Listen.
Just go to them and talk to them. Don't talk to us.
Yeah, what I do know is they do a great job with the service department.
Man, Kirby and his team are good guys.
And if you're looking for any of those toys that we mentioned, they got them all. You can check them out online at SeminolePowersports.com. And also, like I said, their store up in Eustis, Seminole Power Sports North. But they do a great job, and we've had a lot of BDMs buy really cool toys from them.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll actually swing by the studio and let us ride them. And if you purchase something from there, I think you get to come and check out the studio, sit in for a show.
Send us an email and bring your toy by so I could ride it.
They're number one in fast fun. It's Seminole Power Sports. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Big Tim Murphy is here doing some news. Butler is here. You just heard his toast. What do you want to do now, buddy?
Real quick, let me plug Hunapoo Day on Friday, March 14th.
Gesundheit.
From 6 to 11 p.m. You can get your tickets at cigarcitybrewing.com. But for we got a couple tickets we're giving away.
No.
Well, I mean... Which way did we go?
We're going to go 2 pair of VIP.
Yeah, okay, because we had our options, right? We could have gone like general admission, but we said, no, let's go big dog.
Yeah, for craft beer enthusiasts, this is huge.
Yeah. This is huge. This
it's
is like
Christmas.
A mecca of,
It's
of
the Tampa
beer,
beer Christmas, and if you've never been a part of it, it's pretty, like, at this point, it's kind of a legendary day.
Oh, it definitely is.
And, definitely for Cigar City, and shout out to Justin, and I'm so glad that we're able to work with them this year.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of beer sampling, and a ton of people come out, and it's. If you're into craft beer, it's a thing that you would want to go to. And again, cigarcitybrewing.com, and we'll be announcing how we're going to give away the tickets
yes, sir.
soon. Because we're doing it with the CBE group.
Yeah.
So,
craft beer enthusiast, if you're not a BDM and you want to be a part of it, well, you sign up, tomandan.com/registration.
So what kind of nerd thing is Butler going to tomorrow?
Well, let's find out from him.
First, Travis, how many Star Wars tattoos do you have now?
I mean, I have my half sleeve, so technically 7 or 8 now.
All right.
Okay.
And then what did you hear him back off of that?
You didn't want to say 7, did you?
No, I mean, I'm getting more. So
you got
like,
British there for a second. You're like, no, I didn't. Yeah.
I'm going to get a bit more.
I'm
going to get a few more. So, I'll eventually end up getting around 10. So.
When are you getting Jar Jar Stinks?
I still stand by that.
I still might get that later. I'm getting my thigh tattooed next. So.
Oh, your thigh.
Yeah, I'm getting
so you're going to have to be in, tidy whiteys.
Well, he's British. He's going to wear a Speedo when he goes out.
I'm a briefman anyway. So,
are you a briefman? I'm a briefman. Yeah. Brief.
Like old man brief cut?
No, jockey. No, they're like jockey.
They're like bikini. I wear
bikini.
Doesn't it feel weird?
Yeah.
And you're like,
I wear bikinis.
New ones have a bigger pouch. They have a bigger pouch.
Yeah,
so
mine is just a pouch and then a string.
Oh.
And then it goes around to the back, and then it's a Brazilian cut.
That's a G-string.
Yeah.
But we all
it's
know
not a G-string. It's Brazilian. I'm not a whore.
We all know you're doing a bit, but you're also not doing a bit. And we all know that too.
I wear tiny. I'll show you my underwear. I just can't do it on Twitch.
I don't want to see it.
You're
yeah, you do.
I do kind of.
It's a tight pouch. It's tight.
But doesn't the
my balls are tight? tight.
The seam of the brief uncomfortable when it's like on either side of your balls. Like you want to just
You gotta get good briefs, bro.
Compression.
And you got to break them in. It's like a holster for a gun. You got to stick it in there a couple times and get that leather work.
It's true. It's true.
You know, and then once you get it working, that thing's fast.
But then doesn't it get baggy? Like baggy briefs.
Well, you get rid of them. If you got baggy briefs, you toss them out, bro.
Well, if they get really big, you keep your weed in it for a week and then you throw them away.
Anyway,
I have my gun.
Back to Butler being a nerd. So I don't know if you noticed, Butler, but every time you come in with a new Star Wars tattoo, like when Daniel asked, I never asked to see it because I don't want to be put in that uncomfortable situation where I'm like, he shows it, he's like, hey, look at the fucking.
I got an at.
And I have to say like, cool, like, because I'm going to be a dick. Like I have to say something.
Well, you're always a dick.
I'm not a dick. I'm the nicest person anybody's ever met.
You're saying right now how much you think his tattoos suck, and you're like, but I'm not a dick.
Well, I'm telling you guys on the show, I would never say this to
the guy sitting right here.
You never say it to just him. You say it to 50,000 people. I understand. But just tell everyone, the fans of your show, that you think his tattoos are stupid because they're nerd shit. He doesn't even own IP.
I think it's this weird thing that's happened to me, that's happened to a lot of people that's done this for too long, that you can only tell the truth while you're doing the show.
Yeah, but every other time you're lying.
Just be quiet. Just don't say anything, be quiet, and I can't be my true self. But on the show, I can't tell everybody. So, back to Star Wars. You're going to this thing that's a Star Wars
toycon, yeah.
I honestly didn't know when you were hired here.
Toys are for kids, right?
know how much you were into Star Wars. Like I didn't know that Star Wars was like that big of a deal to you. So like to see you with the ornament collection,
Return of the Jedi in the theaters in England,
and the tattoos and everything. I
don't know.
So that's what changed your life. You saw the movie. Everybody saw the movie.
No, I bet you did.
Well, not in the theaters. I guess that was one of the original 4, 5, and 6. Or 3,
it was weird seeing Luke wear the same leather outfit that Elvis wore in the '63 comeback special. It was very odd for me.
So
you're not wrong.
Now
it's the same outfit.
It's pretty much the same outfit. Yeah, it pretty much is.
Here's why I'm confused. So when you go to ToyCon, right? I understand. Like, and when you told me that there's GI Joes.
Oh, by the way, you absolutely do not understand.
No, okay. Here's why I do, because I actually, when you told me there's original GI Joes, I
said that.
Oh yeah. And I wanted to,
because I love the original G.I. Joes,
bring my sons to buy them the original G.I. Joes.
Well, you better get your wallet. They're extremely fucking expensive.
Well, why are they the same price?
There's like one. There's like children
they have a fucking Destro there that's like $170.
What?
Yeah.
Did you just ask why they're not the same price as the new toy? The collectible at the fucking collectible fair where people that are into the thing would go.
I didn't know they were all collectibles. I thought they were just selling retro toys.
It's not a bunch of shit that's been in a sandbox for years.
Don't they still make G.I. Joes?
They do, yeah.
So, but they're only selling the old valuable.
These are like the ones from when like we were kids. Like I had G.I. Joes from I'm guessing like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And that's what they have. Like
at that store, yes. It's called Acme Superstore. It's in Longwood.
Okay.
Not to plug them. But yeah, it's at that location. They have all those kinds of toys.
Nerd,
but this one is actually new Star Wars.
Yeah, no, I'll plug them. Drop a business card to the fishbowl when you're there.
So now,
I like that. Dude, I love that
I love that place.
I go there all the time with Maisie to like look at silly toys and shit.
But my point was, and that is, I would like to get my sons there because it's toys. Toys are for kids. You don't have a kid.
No, these are glass case toys.
These are
don't play
display.
with toys.
Well, no, they have
that's what I don't understand.
They do have the modern stuff. They have the new stuff. They have the old stuff. They have the vintage. They have stuff that's like opened up in boxes. And
here's an impression of me and Maisie walking through Acme Superstore.
Yeah.
Don't touch that. No, come back here with Dada. No, don't touch that. And put that down. Like so, like I don't think your boys are like her, so you'll navigate it better. But Maisie will take everything off the thing. She's
I won't tell them.
I'll Hulk smash everything.
Yeah, they'll be ripping it apart. I won't tell them nothing because I'm a bad parent.
They shouldn't be there in the first place.
They really. Yeah, you shouldn't bring your kids to a collectible place.
They have pneumonia. They cough all over you.
Excuse me. My son just threw up all over your Serpentor. doll over here. Oh, it's bad. It's real bad.
So are you going to buy a toy to put in your display case to look? I don't understand.
No, I have a bunch of stuff that I had in my parents' attic and stuff that I brought back down from Virginia, and I'm curious what it's going for. So I'm going. I have
you're
a
like
bunch
antique
of
roadshowing.
Kind of antique roadshow. I want to see what it's going for.
You know what's funny?
See what people are paying for.
My parents' attic was my mom's sister.
What?
I got it.
Oh,
I'm with you.
That is not nice. That is not nice.
That was kind of fucked
Wow, who would say that?
That was
That's
bad.
terrible.
I'm glad someone other
You
than
need
said
to
that.
leave right now. Okay.
He's Tom, it's happening. He's now into split personality.
It's a slow progression, though.
I found
It's
Jim
fine.
Phillips cocaine in the bathroom.
It's like
Is this even real? There's a fucking demon boat. He's talking to himself.
It's fine. We got years. It's like dementia. It's like you go to the kitchen, you're like, what else?
I'm just having an episode.
Years you can't remember your wife.
I mean, it's like eyesight with one black spot. I can still see.
Yeah. It's gonna while.
Yeah, but one day I'll be like, where is everyone?
So you're bringing all your Star Wars toys? No,
I'm not going to bring
He's just
anything
gonna
with
scope
me.
it out.
I'm going to
Oh,
scope
okay.
it out. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm just going to check it out and see what they're going for.
Now, here's what I've learned about collections, because Daniel has like
Which
collections.
one? Hold on.
People,
Hold on.
I remember
Which one?
What, like
Collections.
collections of all types of
Oh, I
different
thought
things.
you meant like the one that
No, not that.
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Talk about that
Yeah.
one. I hope people.
Oh, whoa. Hey.
What the fuck's even happening?
The
No, I meant like collections.
Yeah, yeah.
Collections is coming.
well, so collections. Like I've had friends that have baseball card collections and comic book collections from their kid, and they always claim that like, oh, this is worth
I had
$2,000, $1,000.
Choppers, cars,
But-
diecast Hot Wheels, Matchbox.
I've never met someone that sold it, because the first thing I say to everybody who tells me they have a collection that's valuable, I say, sell it now, because something's going to happen. You're going to give it to your kids. You're not going to take care of it. It's going to be worth nothing. And then you're going to be like, man, at one time, this Beanie Baby collection was worth $3,500, and you got too greedy, and you're like, well, if I wait another 2 years, it'll be double, and then it's worth nothing.
Well, remember Juan?
Yeah.
And I think he's told us this before.
Who's he?
He sold his Magic the Gathering card set
Did he?
for basically a down payment for his home. That's how extensive his collection
He went on his honeymoon with his Mondo T poster collection he sold. Like, it's some crazy.
Sorry?
Hold on, Juan. Call in.
That makes me not like Juan as much. And I know that's
Mondo T. I don't even know what that is.
Mondo
You
T.
know.
That's what fat people wear. Right?
Would you like 4X, 5X, or
I'm sorry,
Mambo?
sir. We don't sell
No, he
anything
said
your
Mambo.
size here. You're going to have to get a Mondo T. It's on iDrive.
They're pretty bad.
They're
A
also
lot of British people in there.
You fat phobia.
they also sell
fat
sheets
phobus.
and tents.
You fat phobus.
By the way, Daniel told me this morning we're not allowed to call people morbidly obese anymore.
Not allowed Huffington Post.
Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah, you have to call him Infinifat.
It seems worse.
Look it up.
What the fuck did you just call me?
No idea.
Infinifat.
Infinifat.
What you calling me?
You have to call people Infinifat.
That's the correct.
does sound
It
worse.
means they're fat for life. So you can't say morbidly obese, or like you can't say, oh, your heart's a ticking time bomb.
Urban Dictionary, Infinifat says the next stage in obesity after death fat and super fat with an extremely high and very unhealthy BMI.
What the fuck?
Death fat. Oh, Juan's calling.
We are. Hold on. I need to turn on my. We are Death Bag.
That's my spinoff project where I do scream metal now.
Oh, wait, who are we calling?
This is Lauren.
What?
Uh-oh.
Hi, Juan.
Good, how are you?
Good. And yourself?
What?
Sounds good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a stupid
Thanks,
voicemail
Chico.
thing, isn't it?
No. Hello?
What?
Are you there?
What is happening?
What? Did we call somebody?
Juan was calling us.
Cut down
and
the tall
then-
trees. Cut down the tall
And they
trees.
said this. She said this is Juan.
What happened?
It's Orbi, Juan, Kinorbi.
I don't know what just happened.
What happened, Juan?
Ah!
Juan, call back.
That was the strangest thing I've
Did
ever seen.
Juan's voice change?
It's like Hello, this is Juan. Obviously not. It's a woman.
Then it was a recording.
Was that his wife? Was that Juan's wife?
No,
Is he
I don't
playing a
think
joke
so.
on us?
I shouldn't
It
have got so
actually
high
was
today.
her name that came up on the caller ID. Maybe it was his wife.
It's
But
weird.
she wouldn't be calling
I'm
us.
too high for all this.
So anyway,
You're going to a toycon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Juan's
Oh,
calling
it said
back.
Lauren. They're saying it said Lauren.
Okay, Juan?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Who the hell was Lauren?
Oh, okay.
Who was that?
I don't know. It asked me to put my access code number in, and I'm like, I don't have one of those. And I could hear everything that you guys were saying, but you couldn't hear me.
No, we heard
Weird.
a woman.
We heard
who
Lauren.
said
We
this-
called
What the
Lauren.
hell?
Yeah,
the access code is always 6969.
and she said, "This is Juan," and we were like, "Okay." Well, and then she said, "Okay, I had a headache."
Something happened.
What?
The feds are fucking with us.
So the phone rang, and then Sam said, "Juan is calling," and then we picked it up, and the phone rang, and then a girl says, "This is Juan," and I was like, "Hello, Juan," and she got, "It's sorry." Yeah, and then that was it.
Anyway, Juan, so
Chinese hackers.
you actually sold some of your nerd collections and made money?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the one that Butler was referencing is a set of prints from an artist named Ollie Moss, and it was one for every original Star Wars movie. Sarah bought them when we were dating for me for $25 a piece, and I turned around and sold the 3 of them for like $11,000.
Whoa! Sorry to blow your eardrums out.
Where the fuck?
And it,
$11,000?
Well, you don't.
yeah,
She buy from a
it's like we were gonna go on we were gonna go on like a crappy honeymoon to like Charleston, and then we ended up going to San Francisco after I sold them all.
No, I thought you went somewhere globally.
Yeah.
Juan, how did you know
Like
the
we were
value?
going to go to Savannah, but we settled on Augusta.
And not to get all nerdy, were they were they variants or were they the just like a single print?
They were they were the original print, so there was only 225 made, I think.
Gotcha.
I don't think they made variants of those actually.
How'd she get them for $25?
Because so back then there's still a website called Mondo Tees, and they sold their prints on a timer. You had to like be on their website. Mondo Tees.
I'm sorry.
You talking about the place I buy white T-shirts from?
Oh no, he's dying.
This seems. I feel like
Who
this
knows
is.
the Heimlich?
I feel like this is an appropriate time to plug the Semantics 3-year anniversry party that's going on at
some
Rock
water?
Pit Brewing.
He swallowed down the wrong pipe, I think.
You all right?
Mondo Tees.
Mambo. It's Mambo.
Mambo number 5 tees.
It also reminds me of a porno I found in my dad's office that was called Gazongas 2.
So, what were the pictures of?
Mondo
So
tees.
basically, it was like it was a landscape of a Star Wars like scene, but then overlaid with a Star Wars character. You could like look them up online pretty easily. So like the first one is C-3PO, and the 2 moons of Tatooine are his eyes.
I have them in a
And
coffee
then,
table book at my house. I'll show you.
So you get them on that website on a timer.
2 moons of Tatooine.
Yeah.
The first one is the droid C-3PO and the moon of Endor with the Tatooine. And then
But basically,
the 3
So,
stars
like, back in the day, you
of
had-
the McGillicuddies with the Juju
So,
Shimmy Dog Ham.
I get it. Drawings of nonsense.
Yep.
Well, let them finish so we can find out how to get
Yeah.
rich too.
Yeah. So,
well, they don't do it this way anymore. But you had to like basically refresh their page constantly, and they would like start the sale, and then they would sell out within like 2 minutes. And Sarah was lucky enough to like be able to buy them for the original price, $25
Or
a piece.
skilled enough.
And then they became. Yeah, they just became like hyper. The artist became hyper popular,
Yeah.
and those became one of his most valuable sets of things.
So when you go to sell, like, did you have any idea what they were worth before you put them on the market?
Me and my buddy, we still have a collection of a bunch of posters, similar styles and different artists and stuff like that. That's worth a lot of money. And there's like a lot of like insider trading websites that track how much things go up and down in value and stuff. We knew that this one, like, because we both got a set, this one got super popular, and we sold it at the peak. It's one has sold for higher. One set sold for $25,000, I think, is the highest. But that was the ultimate peak, and now it's kind of come back down to right around where I sold it for.
So who's buying? Because, I mean, to have just $11,000 laying around to buy 3 posters of nonsense, it seems to me like you have a bunch of money.
He means that with love.
Yeah.
The people that will be against the wall when my revolution comes.
Yeah. You've got income to burn.
Right.
My buddy has had a print of Phantom of the Opera from the same artist, and it was a run of only 20 prints. And he haggled with a guy on one of these trading websites for over a year. And then finally the guy gave him the money that he wanted it for. I think he sold it for like $9,000. And the guy's address was in the penthouse of Trump Tower.
Oh, okay. So these are rich dudes.
So
rich nerds.
Awesome. It was Roger Stone.
Yeah.
So,
but you just keep an eye on the value of these things, and you can sell them for a lot of money. Like the Magic the Gathering collection that I sold, I didn't sell it all at once. I would just watch the prices of cards that I knew were valuable go up and down, and then try and sell them at their peak, and then whittle that down until I got rid of the whole thing.
Well, how do you
like
know
the stock market?
Yeah, but how do you predict what you think is going to be lucrative in it? Like if I have like a Rick and Morty Funko Pop, I mean, how do I know if that's ever going to be something sellable?
Well, you look it up online, right, and see what it's selling for, or it's like a dirt bike.
Yeah, so rarity is important. Like Funko Pops, I know they make like variants and stuff like that, but I don't know the market. I don't think they'll ever be. There might be like some $500 Funko Pops, but I don't think you would ever find one that's worth a huge amount of money. Yeah. But like for Magic the Gathering cards, like I played the game extensively, so when they reprint cards or like things go in and out of the meta, you can go back through your collection and find synergistic cards, and then they become valuable again. Then you sell them. That's like how that game works.
I sold 20,000 of them to Pariah Mike.
20,000 what?
Magic the Gathering cards.
For how much?
Cards, yeah.
I think $250 from him, and I made a couple $100 off that damn.
Wait, I
won a police auction.
You sold 20,000 Magic the Gathering cards.
I don't know. I bought fucking 20 pounds worth on the internet from a police auction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who was the nerd criminal that had 20,000 or whatever, whatever pounds of Magic the Gathering?
It's hard to tell, man. There was not a lot of super valuable cards in there, but there was like there were a couple $100 cards in there and shit like that. And
yeah,
I have comics that are worth a lot.
So like for whatever you sold that to Pariah Mike for, if you had just like gone through and sorted it, and like and as things became popular, you probably could have made like 10 or 15 times the amount of money you sold it for.
I could have.
We have to continually go through.
But that's how
I did it.
Then I would have had to be in the goddamn Magic the Gathering. I didn't want to be in that shit.
I get it.
So Juan,
we sorted already. I had nerds sort through that, and there was no real valuable ones in there.
So if you're looking for the value of anything used, normally you just go on the internet and then type that thing in that you're going to sell, and you see what it's going for across the country or the world, and then you base your price like, all right, this is what the market value is based on the market itself, and I could probably sell it within these ranges of prices that I'm seeing online. So is that the same thing you do with this nerd stuff, or is there like a specific place that everybody goes, like an eBay for nerd, things that is all in one place?
I can so for the posters and the prints and stuff like that, there's like private forums that you have to be invited to, and they you can initiate private sales. And they have like these tools that track data across like eBay and direct sales and and auctions and all kinds of stuff like that. So you get like much better value of what things are worth. For Magic the Gathering, I mean, I worked for a warehouse that sold the cards, and there's like 3 main sellers across the country, so you kind of base your prices on that. You just check how much everybody's selling things for, and then you can kind of estimate that you'll get at least 80% of that value selling it privately.
Is there something
Butler's in our Twitch chat trying to sell his Walking Dead?
Oh my God!
God damn
man! You waited too long. Walking Dead is done. No one cares about it.
Yeah.
Now,
you might as well smear chocolate pudding on it and shoot it in the eye like Carl. It's dead.
So that's my next question, Juan. Are there things similar to, remember when Beanie Babies were a thing and then people were convinced that they were going to be worth this huge...
Why don't we just start a get-rich-quick scheme where we sell get-rich-quick schemes, Tom?
Well, that's already a thing.
Well, let's do it. You're always looking for a way to get rich. We want talking about No Joke Friday.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, are there things in the nerd world that fall off that aren't going to be valuable? For instance, Walking Dead. It seems like Walking Dead is way less popular than it used to be and continues to get less popular.
Well, because it sucks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally all kinds of things. Beanie Babies were huge today, but one fell off.
But Magic the Gathering seems like that's held its value. Star Wars obviously has.
Yeah, Star Wars has upped its value.
Yeah. And so...
but Digimon cards ain't worth shit.
Yeah. So are there certain collections that people should get rid of now before they...
Digimon.
Yeah. Before they become valueless?
It kind of like ebbs and flows, though, because so Magic the Gathering became wildly unpopular for a while, but now with the pendulum swing back in the other direction, Netflix is making a show directed by the Russo brothers. They developed a new online platform that you can play the game for free, so it made the pendulum swing back towards the value end of things. I don't know about Walking Dead. I know that Walking Dead #1 is still worth a bunch of money because it's a #1 and is a low print run, so it has a good rarity to it. And then ultimately, that's kind of what makes things valuable is how rare they are.
I've never heard that.
Tom has it. That's why he doesn't get this.
I've never heard that.
I'm just interested in the market of these things. And also, I'm glad that Juan, you were the first person that I've ever literally heard of that had a collection of something, sold it for a lot of money.
Made some good money.
And then used the money to better their lives. Everybody holds on to their collections, and then eventually,
well, like me,
they're worth nothing.
I have a football card collection that has a lot of really decent rookie cards.
Football cards are fallen off.
Yeah,
sports cards aren't worth anything.
It's just they're not worth anything. But
at one time they were.
Yeah,
right?
I have 6 Joe Montana rookie cards in mint condition. 6, and they're all in those sealed. It's the piece. Well, it's that piece of Lexan that kind of pushes it together. Yeah, I've got 6 of those. I've got at one time I had 4 Bo Jackson rookies. 4.
What do you think they all were worth at one time?
At one time, those Joe Montanas. I want to say that they hit a peak price way long ago of and I say peak. I don't know. Look up Joe Montana rookie card.
Unless you're sitting a Ty Cobb or something like that.
It was
Jordan. You're really not holding on any
treasures
anymore.
$360, $300. So you would think that now, and that was probably 25 years ago. So you would think now that they'd be worth a lot.
$14,950.
Oh, really?
What? For the Joe Montana.
No, that's what it sell for?
Are you fucking
Hold on, let me click on this.
I have a lot of
those.
It's
on eBay.
I have a lot of
Here's the thing. I have all of this constantly.
Are you fucking kidding? I have 6. I gotta leave the show. I gotta leave right now. I gotta go home. That's the card. Yeah.
$14,950.
I gotta go.
Pause. Did it sell for that? It's selling for that, but it didn't.
How many people are watching and bidding?
No, it's on eBay.
On eBay again. Go look up Disney VHSs on eBay. And you'll see them for $8,000.
Yeah, you will.
No one's buying them.
Okay,
it only matters if someone bought it. A lot of this shit is a fake fucking thing to hide money in. Because it's like the art. All super big million art stuff is all fucking fake. You donate it to a museum, you get a tax write-off. It's all accounting rules, man.
Well, it's like they're using it to launder money or something?
Yeah. Why do you think
I've never heard that.
There's one for $4,500.
But did it sell? Look up sold listings.
All right.
Because who is collecting NFL cards anyway? Or baseball cards?
Nobody that I know. No kid that I know.
Yeah. I told my buddy one day he had this huge baseball card collection that was he said was worth thousands of dollars. I'm like, sell that shit. He's like, no, I'm gonna wait till it sells. I think it's worth nothing now.
Probably.
And I think that's what happens. Is but it's like the market; it goes up and down. Like AOL stock was a one time worth of what?
The fucking Dutch economy included because of tulip bulbs back in the day.
The what?
Tulip bulbs.
That's when your butt.
No, literally,
that's when your prolapse, right?
Rosebud.
Why do they allow porn stars with prolapsed asses to still do porn?
So people are into it.
Are people into it?
Put a post-it note over it while I'm fucking you. I don't want to look at that.
Somebody posted the sale price, $600.
Yeah, I gotta go back to work.
Okay, get out of here, nerd.
See, and then that's
hung
the
up
thing.
before the nerd part. That's the key.
The internet, there's tons of you think you're rich for 1 second,
you
and then
gotta-
you're like, oh, no, worth nothing. Like, how's that
Yeah, I
work?
got Christian Okoye, Bo Jackson, multiples of them. I've got multiple Marcus Allen, multiple Joe Montana.
The worth of the Joe Montana is around $60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Well, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Guess I got to do the show.
Yeah, like you were already getting your briefcase.
I was like,
You're
we'll
like,
see
I'm
you
a-
fucking suckers later. I'm out of this fucking shithole.
I do. Me and Daniel have always liked the.
We're dreamers.
You're
more of a dreamer.
The preemptive quitting, or like
I'm pissing on the. I'm pissing on everything, and you're like, wait a minute. What are the passwords? I'm like, I don't care.
This scratch off started to win this $5,000 week for life. It started to win, and I was like, is it? And I saw a win. I started seeing it. I was like, did I win life? And I was like, I'm about to quit everything.
What is it? What is that? With $5,000 for life?
A week for life.
Oh,
yeah.
you get $5,000.
A week? Yeah, fuck you.
No, I'm kidding.
I'd probably make it a month with this kind of money.
I was about to say,
I'd make it a year and a half.
Would it be the death? Would it be the death of you?
If I won the Powerball, I'd be dead in 6
That's
months
why I
for
said
sure.
he'd only get $5,000.
Oh, for sure.
First date, he'd eat 1,000 McDoubles dead. Like, why wouldn't you party your ass off?
I probably wouldn't get McDoubles. I'd probably just get a bunch of high grade Adderall, like just
more Adderall.
Oh, way more Adderall.
Straight meth.
Why don't you just get fucking some Blue Crystal meth?
Well, because I don't want Blue Crystal. I know how Crystal Meth turns out. Dr. Meth it's fine.
Dr. Meth, you know Dr. Meth? Get him in here. I want an interview.
But I'm gonna go down there.
Awake all the time.
I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna go down there to Costa Rica, right?
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna spend 6 months
in jail.
Well, probably. Well, I'm gonna probably spend the rest of my life in prison down there. But I'm just gonna play video games. I'm gonna take Adderall, fuck prostitutes, drink bubbly water, bubblies, and diet.
Dude,
Dr.
for
Pepper cherries.
$5,000 a week, you could live there for like a king forever.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm gonna live in a hotel room, and I'm just not going. I'm gonna pay someone to make sure I don't eat, but I'll eat healthy meals or whatever. But I'll just play video games and fuck prostitutes and be high on meth.
That sounds fantastic.
I've heard a lot about the prostitutes in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
A lot of people go down there for bachelor parties
Because it's legal prostitution down there.
Yeah. How does that work? Have you been down there?
How do you
No,
make
I
sure
have not
that you
been to
don't
Costa
get
Rica.
how do you make sure you don't get the
You don't
grip,
care.
the clap or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Are they tested?
Well, I mean, money fixes
Nah.
all that.
They're tested, right?
Some of them.
No, it's a gamble.
Yeah,
It's like everything.
By the way, we did have Titusville Josh from the Twitch chat call in a couple times. I think he hung up because I had him on hold too long. But he's going to Vegas for a bachelor party, and he wanted some advice from you guys.
Call
okay,
back.
Yeah.
We can do that next segment.
Yeah, because we know how all bachelor parties end.
Well, hold on a second.
Disappointment.
You are, and look,
You end up asking the girl to suck her own titties?
we give Tom a lot of shit, but I gotta say, when it comes to strip clubs and navigating the bachelor party, he's really good. He's really good.
I'll tell you the
reality. He got me one of the. It was a night to remember, and when they flipped the lights on in where were we? We were at Lollipops. When the lights came on at Lollipops, and I had my mouth around the titties of that sweet construction worker man. Let's just say I've never been more.
You want to talk to him now? He's calling.
Yeah,
in.
I've never been more proud to be your friend, buddy.
Yeah.
The last time I went to a bachelor party at a strip club, the bachelor fell asleep in the titty bar. And
Josh!
we just let him asleep.
You get too excited. You drink too much.
Hey,
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Are you in Vegas right now and you need some bachelor party advice?
No, I'm flying out next Friday.
Okay, fair enough.
So let me ask you a few questions to establish the base.
Tom's really good at this, so just listen to what he has to say.
Is this bachelor party someone that you have been good friends with your whole life, or is it friend of a friend or cousin or like sister's husband scenario where you kind of know him, but or you're real close to this person that's getting married?
Yep.
Yeah, real close since about third grade, actually. Yeah, since we were about 20 years.
Okay. Now, is there any family members going on this trip? For instance, sometimes the bride says hey, invite my brother. He wants to be involved. You're like, fuck, and then you have to invite
but he's autistic, so just make sure he has his helmet on.
So there's
wear a helmet. You wear a helmet too. It's not just because.
So Josh,
no, like a corrective helmet.
It's
not a motorcycle.
So it's all your tight knit group of friends.
Well, there's 3 of us that grew up together, and then there's 3 other guys that the bachelor got to be friends with going to school in Jacksonville, UNF. Met them a couple of times. They're a good time.
All right. Now, third question is...
I ate a girl's... Never mind.
Is everybody else that's going on this bachelor party married or with a girlfriend? How does that work?
Not married.
Hold on, you're answering wrong. You're fumbling. You got to get faster on these answers.
Oh, first, are you married,
All right,
Josh?
not married. I'm not married, but me and my girlfriend have a house. Been together coming up on 5 years.
You're about to lose your house.
Might as well be.
That's actually worse.
I mean, I'm looking for a roommate in the place I'm moving in Sanford.
Yeah, you're going to fuck this up real good.
And last question, what's the kind of mean age of everybody going on this bachelor party?
You didn't ask about that.
The money? Yeah, I'll get to that. Well,
how old are you? 28, 29, 30 years old.
Okay.
Late 20s.
Oh, perfect age.
Yeah.
Man, I can't even remember that age.
That's about the time I got married, 27.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think I got married. I always think I got married at 38, which is wrong. Because I've been married, I'm coming up on 9 years, I think, or something like that. I don't know. It all runs together now.
Yeah.
It's a big mush.
Time don't matter anyways.
No.
It's all happening at once and not happening all at once.
So, now...
Well said.
I got a question for you that pertains to how well this is going to go. Are you planning on getting the stripper or escort to come to your guys' hotel room?
That's an advanced move, yeah.
Or are you going to an establishment for...
A gentleman's club.
Yeah, a gentleman's club for the night. Has anybody planned
Well, we're going to be there 3 nights. The first night, it's a bit of a surprise. I have a limo picking us up and taking us to the Palomino Club, because that's free.
Wait, first night?
First night.
What's the Palomino Club, a strip club?
It's a strip club. The internet's told me that was probably the best beginner's choice.
Yeah, but that, now...
Let me give you a tip from having worked in front of the Teddy Bar.
Please.
Give I know you're not valeting because you're pulling up in the limo, but give the door guy a valet, somebody your first point of contact, especially the door guy, just give him a 20 on top of your admission or whatever, and that way, if y'all get too wild, he won't beat your ass later.
That's a good call.
Because you gave him a 20.
How about that?
Now,
remember that.
Now,
and it's the club's limo. It's the club's limo.
Oh, then tip.
That's a bad
No,
move.
that's fine. It's a fine move. Just know that you're
it's going to be a little gross.
But you want gross. You want gross.
No, I don't want to get into a limo.
I don't give a shit.
He wants gross.
Okay,
Josh is gross,
you
I
say
tell.
that until you get
Tuck
into the
your
limo.
hand in the cushion and smell your fingers.
He's from fucking Titusville.
You're sitting in
I
someone
used to
else's...
pee in my boss's truck. I can handle whatever they got to throw at me.
PP Josh!
PP Josh.
PP Josh. PP Josh. PP Josh. Now, I really hope the guy that's getting counseling for his divorce next door is not named Josh. Because if he is, we just ruined his life.
He talked about being bullied his whole life.
Like the counselor's like, Josh, I know that this bullying is a beep. He can hear it. He can hear it through the walls. He's like, they're across the hall.
So
I'm hallucinating. I'm killing everyone.
So, Daniel, follow me with this, because this is what's going to happen. So, you go to the Palomino whatever club, and you go there. You all get super horny because you're
you get worked up a little bit.
You're at the club now. Most likely, all the best girls work at the club.
I call that ball froth.
And so you're spending a bunch of money. Someone brings up the fact that, like, hey, we're spending all of our money here. Let's just get an escort to come back to the hotel room. This is Vegas.
And we'll kill her.
And so you get back in the limo. You ask the sketchy limo driver, hey, you know anything about escorts? He's like, of course he does.
Well, he does it at first until you give him some money and you palm him some Oxycontin.
So then he calls...
Oxycontin's hard to come by nowadays.
He calls his sketchy...
Adderall, again.
Now,
I love the Adderall.
Here's what the limo driver is going to do, because by the looks of this crew, Titusville Josh, Pepe Josh, and all his friends, he looks back and he calls the sleaziest guy he knows, because the high-end escorts, he knows, he can tell by your jean shorts and your airwalks. that you can't afford.
And my Tom and Dan T-shirt that I'll be wearing.
Yeah. He's like, what's that? Gay marriage? All right.
Gay marriage, jean shorts.
They might want a guy too.
Yeah, so he could tell you're not going to be able to afford the Heidi Fleiss escorts.
You need
the
the
cream of
Vegas
the crop.
Big Tim friends.
Yeah. So he calls the sketchiest, for lack of a better term, pimp that he knows, and then he gives you the number.
Hello, is this Falconer Jones?
You guys go to your hotel room. They say, like, hey, pick out the girl that you want off the website.
It's never the girl that you
of
want.
course not. You pick, like, the hot. You're like, this
don't
girl.
pick the hot girl, because if you pick the hot girl, guaranteed
Number one
letdown.
catfish,
Pick the one that looks
Medium.
bad. That way, when you get bad, you got what you got.
Well, now what?
They don't even exist. There's just pictures of the clip art they found.
Always pick Linda.
You don't get Falconer Jones out there. You get Hawk James.
So about, for whatever reason, like 4 hours later, they finally show up. By this time, you guys
3 a.m.
are shit-faced. And then one of your sketchiest, like the buddies that you don't really know, he brings coke for whatever reason.
And a gun.
Coke guy.
He bought the bathroom in the titty bar.
It always goes a little too far. It's like, I got cocaine, I got a gun, and I got a Rambo knife.
And you're like, Jeff, you don't do coke. You're like, we're in Vegas. Where are we doing? They're like, why are you doing coke? You're like,
happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. Yeah.
So you start doing shit that you don't normally do. You're doing coke.
Cheating on your wife.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Trying to cheat on your wife. It's not working.
You're all
that coke is not going to get your dick hard.
Yeah, then you get whiskey dick.
Fucking titty bar bathroom coke will not make your dick hard.
You're getting too excited because you've seen The Hangover 15 times. It's your favorite movie. And you're like, this is what we do. So Dave's doing coke. He has no business. You're like, Dave, you're the fucking manager of Arby's.
We have to meet.
We do have a guy named Doug coming, and we lost him on his wedding night.
No, I knew it.
You guys are bad fucking
In Cocoa
friends.
Beach.
You're bad fucking friends.
Anyway,
Pepe
He's a wild man. It's bad. No. He's a Navy boy. He was just on leave.
All right, I'm going to ask everybody that. I'm just going to bring it down. Everybody calm down. Tom's in charge.
All right, Doug, I know you're dying to tell your jokes, but please restrain yourself from the hangover jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Pepe Josh, calm down. Pepe Doug, whoever you are, everyone calm down.
So Pepe Josh. Okay, so then they show up, right? And it's a scary dude who's the security, which, by the way, he stands right outside the door.
Hey, where's Pepe Josh?
He needs to kill all of you if things go too crazy. And then the escort walks in.
I'm looking for a Pepe Josh. Pepe Josh. Is there a Pepe Josh here, you French motherfucker?
He just wants to watch Netflix. He don't want to be there.
So the escort walks in, which you all realize is not the girl you picked on the website, but you go through with it anyway. Because
usually a very skinny Asian girl.
You're intimidated by the bodyguard, and you're so blacked out drunk.
She's intimidated by the bodyguard.
No
She's
reason.
a sex slave.
And she gets there. You all realize there's no music. Like, you don't have a boombox. Who carries around a boombox? So you have to put your
clock radio.
You put your cell phone on loud, or you put it in a cup.
Put it in a coffee cup.
And then she starts dancing to a cherry pie that you found on YouTube.
There's an ad for Catholic actresses.
And she's a little older. She's like,
Can you put on Kesha Timber?
And you're like, what is that? 2006?
You got apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, apple
I love
bottom boots.
Now I can really shake my saggy bulldog ass. I'm really swinging my ass.
So she's dancing. You're all sitting because what's the bachelor's name?
Crisscross applesauce?
No. You got Matt got the suite. So
Pepe Matt
in the Red Roof Inn. And
they're the Luxor in one of the pyramid slanted rooms.
Yeah, so you got a little couch system. She starts dancing to apple bottom jeans, and everybody is uncomfortable because you realize this is not the fantasy that you've seen and had in your mind. But Dave's coked up. So then she starts giving Dave a lap dance because he starts balling out, like bringing the fives.
And cash out his 401k.
So he brought way too much money. He's like, and by the way, before this all started, you guys all did a pact where what happens here stays here.
Right.
You're like, don't tell anybody. We can't tell our wives. What?
No. I'm listening to you intently.
And so then
now, you are good at this because you looked at me like, what's going on? What's wrong? I gotta fix it.
She whispers in Dave's ear, if you pay me $200, I'll give you a hand job in the other room.
Hand job for $200? I'm in the wrong business.
If you pay me $200, I'll
no one pays that. It's just like the fucking cards. You go, I'll give you 70.
Dave goes in the other room. She starts jacking his limp coke dick. He can't even come. He still has to pay her because she threatens the body. If you don't pay me, my bodyguard will kill you.
Spittle on top.
Then he comes out.
He's getting horny.
She leaves. You spend about $400 to $600 in this whole thing. The next morning, Dave wakes up. He realizes what he's done. He starts crying to all you guys.
He's like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
He's like, my wife's gonna, Janet's gonna find out.
She's FaceTiming me. My daughter's got a softball game. Hey, honey.
Everybody's in a bad mood. Everybody's like, God, I want to get out of here. I felt they're barfing in the morning.
You got 2 more days.
You're like, how much money we spent? We spent $300 last night. Dave spent $800 because he gambled on because he had a system and roulette. It's stupid.
She might even taken his wallet or something.
Then you spend the day being miserable. You try to rally that night, but you spend most of your money. You get shit-faced. You go to the casino. You spend more money. Then you go back. You wake up the next morning. You got one more day. You're all miserable. You can't wait to get the fuck out of here. You ride some roller coasters and you leave. That's what will happen.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is the best advice I've ever gotten.
Well,
Pepe Josh, please fill us in once you get back.
The last day is bad.
Yeah. You're all
last
miserable.
day in Vegas is always bad.
Yeah, you've lost too much money.
I'm the last one to fly out at like midnight on that Monday. I'm gonna just hang out at the Sapphire Pool all day.
Buying $9 Bud Lights. I'm
not too worried about that.
You're just hemorrhaging money.
So
that's fine. That's fine. It's a bachelor party. I'm not too worried about the money.
That's
you will be
until the next morning.
I will be. That's fine. I'll worry about that.
I told her I was going to only spend $5.
Yeah.
I've already spent $300 over my budget.
What does your girl think about you guys doing this?
She's cool with it. She knows that I wasn't pushing for Vegas. I wanted to go like on a cruise or some shit. I'm not a gambling man. She said as long as I don't enter any girls, I'm fine.
So you can get a hand job.
Oh my God! You can get a hand job.
Yeah, she said everything else is cool.
You can get a blowjob.
That's a trap.
Well, no, that's entering. That's entering.
I think a blowjob is still entering.
Yeah, it's entering. But
no,
yeah, it is entering.
Entering her mouth. Yeah.
No. A blowjob is like pulling up out front, running back inside to grab your Yeti.
He's still parked.
You don't even have to turn off the
I'm not
alarm.
in the garage. I'm not. Exactly. The alarm is still on. I caught the beep.
It's still beeping.
Yeah, it's still beeping. As long as the door, I'm good.
So, Pepe Josh, give us a call when you come back and let us know how your bachelor party went.
Indeed.
Or your buddies, and tell me if it's anything like I described.
All right, we'll do that.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. It's all weird.
I love you, bro. What the fuck happened at the end?
Yeah, it got weird at the end.
It always gets weird at the end.
She'll make the circle.
That's
entering.
That's what's going to happen at the end of the hand job that you pay the prostitute $300
I always wonder,
for.
like, the interactions, like, after a service is completed. Like, how does...
Yeah, it's awkward.
It's got to be.
Well, without getting too graphic,
can you pay her extra just to take off running as soon as it's done? Because that's what I want.
Take off running.
I don't want to sit there.
If it's a hand job with no rag, it's very awkward because
now she's gotta go wash her hands.
You're not dealing with it's not a substance that's easy to it's hanging and sticky. It's not.
And then if you're like a dribbler, it's kind of sad because then it's just dribbling on her hand, and then she has to run to the bathroom, wash it off.
Well, you let it pool right there in the little.
Then she always says something like passive aggressively shaming you, like, "Oh, it happened already." I usually love her. It's just a new girl.
Me, she wants it to get done quickly.
I know.
Yeah, trust me, they're happy when you nut fast.
I know, but
just take my word for this. Also, Charlie Sheen famously said, "You pay him to leave."
No,
That's the thing.
But when you're little dicked and you're getting a gibber from a prostitute and you come and she's like trying to get you to come and she's like, oh my God, you're so big. You know.
You
right?
know.
You're like,
Oh, well, you know, even if,
you're like,
even,
no, I'm not.
It's like when Hooters waiters come up and be like, hey, sexy. Like, bitch, I know you invite. You might want to fuck my personality. You might find me cute or even attractive, but sexy?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here, bitch. Ah.
Pat your dick.
I pat my belly.
I like that.
Pat my belly. You ain't fucking. You're a weirdo.
You want to take a little break, Betty?
Yes. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Big Tim. We got a bunch of emails.
He's going to throw some conspiracies at us.
The biggest conspiracy I believe in is you, baby.
Me?
Me? Us?
Yeah, I believe in y'all.
Or me?
Well,
wait, do you
all
see?
of you.
Oh,
well, not you necessarily. You're emotionally stunted. You're fucking permanently cursed, but you'll figure it out.
You got to burn the boat. You got to burn the boat.
The name of the band is Dogleg. The name of the song for Tom is Kawasaki Backflip. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
Sounds like the fucking.
Johnny's Filling Station, Johnny's Other Side.
Yeah.
These are, here's a fun fact. This was the original sponsor of our podcast.
Yes.
The very first one.
I talked to Andy, the manager of Johnny's. He's been there since we've been working with him.
Johnny and Andy have been there. Well, obviously it's Johnny's, but I'm just saying Andy's been there forever.
And he's like, have you seen the renovation of the other side, the outdoor area?
It's
and
so
I was
much nicer, man.
God, I've been so busy. I haven't been by there to see. He's like, you have to see it. And I have heard from other people that it's they have done it up nice outside. It's great weather right now. It's cooling down. It's perfect for hanging out at the other side. Those $3 craft beers, the delicious burgers that they have.
Yeah, the beer shack's awesome, and Johnny does he does a lot of crazy things. Like we had a listener on the BDM page even reach out and talk about, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, Johnny's did a beer pairing where for like I think
they always have.
It was like a very low price. I'm not going to be able to remember how much it was, but it was like 3 beers paired with all kinds of different foods, and it was free. Maybe it was free.
Yeah.
It was just something crazy, so you never know what's going on at Johnny's or Johnny's Other Side. You should pop by there.
If you want anti-corporate restaurant, Johnny's is it.
That's about as,
Because he's ever since we worked with him, remember he's giving out $10 gift card, hundreds of them. Like,
he's a fun-loving...
He'll spend money.
Johnny is a fun-loving hamburger lunatic.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
all you need to know.
He wants his customers to be happy, and he wants to provide them quality food, quality experience, quality entertainment, and
at a reasonable price.
Yeah, exactly. And if all businesses did that, it won't be a better place.
No.
Because they have really good food, and like their $3 craft beer shack.
Well, that's
never changed, and like he loses money on that because some of the beers he serves there you can't find for $3 anywhere.
Oh yeah. A lot of limited edition slim keg type stuff. They'll just put it on and say $3, which is, in my opinion, not the smartest thing to do. But hey, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's just the way that they do it. So it's Johnny's Filling Station, Johnny's Other Side. Go see the renovation. Or hey, man, if you're like me, just go to the original side and just get the hamburgers, play pool, hang out. It's so fun. It's Johnny's, the original sponsor of Tom and Dan. Again, another song for Mr. Tom. That is Draculas with the song Pretty Tommy. See what I did there? I put
Kawasaki Backflip.
Kawasaki Backflip and then Pretty Tommy. You smush it together, you get a Tom Dan American. Welcome back to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's using the little girls' room. Butler's here. Oh, she's back. And Big Tim Murphy on the conspiracies.
So, real quick, let's plug White Claw's new variety pack because
I got one right here. Check this out.
My new favorite flavor is watermelon.
Me too.
I'm
watermelon boy.
Yeah.
I'm a watermelon boy too. The watermelon White Claw, and this is a hot take.
Yeah,
it is the best flavor, and I'm a lineman.
Yeah.
I am a lineman of the county, but no, watermelon's my new favorite, man. It is really good because it's light.
So in the new variety pack, there's
good, right?
Watermelon.
Oh, sorry.
Lemon,
tangerine,
and mango.
And mango.
It's tasty.
It's tasty, right?
Very good.
I like to get them both the variety packs and then line up all the flavors. If I ate to choose from.
Have you tried mixing them though?
I have not.
I've done that a bunch of times just because I need to get more of it, and also here because people did that White Claw count thing.
Yeah, two of my favorites right now are if you take I like tangerine with half tangerine, half lime.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
And then lemon and lime, if you mix that, you don't get a Sprite, but you get like a really nice citrusy flavor. Because the lemon is smoother. It's not super carbonated, seemingly. I think it's all a placebo. It's all the same. And then watermelon, believe it or not, watermelon with a little bit of mango is very good.
Here, White Claw does the best with their flavors.
Their flavors are the best.
I've tried all the other hard seltzers. I think the majority of them. There's a lot now.
I think between the two of us, we have tried every hard seltzer, even craft, even the ones that like little breweries are doing. And some of them are good.
Yeah, not that they're all bad. Like there's tasty ones, but by far White Claw has the best overall flavors, the majority of them. Like some companies will hit like, okay, you got this flavor. Like,
oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
But
the fucking feds fucking with us.
There's other flavors that are like, God damn, that tastes like medicine. Not from them. White Claw doesn't have any of that.
They have even more getting ready to come out with a lower calorie, but
oh yeah, the 70
calorie White Claw is getting ready to come out shortly. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
I think some markets already have them.
I almost feel like they're trying to fuck with me because they keep rolling out more and more stuff I like.
Yeah, they roll out the goddamn watermelon when I'm trying to cut back on my drinking.
Oh, dude, the watermelon! I'm telling you, have you tried it?
Good.
No,
drink
trying to cut back on my drinking.
He'd love to drink after you.
Bullying Butler now.
So, Tim,
he's like the most germaphobe ever.
What do we got going on?
He was gonna do it though.
Yeah, I know because he's a
that's
good man.
That's because he's fucking loyal. Is what
that's
he
his
is.
British charm too. He's like,
it's gonna bite you in the ass.
That's what you need a first mate.
Jesus Christ!
That's what you need.
When
a first
shit's
mate.
going down, you're like, we're going down to the stage.
Put the flare gun in your mouth and blow your own head off. Are you sure this is a good idea? Like,
No,
okay, boss.
You wouldn't question. You know it.
This life raft only holds one. I'm sorry. The captain has to get it.
Better let go, Butler.
I don't want you to suffer.
Everybody knows that a butler goes down with a ship.
Yeah.
That's the old saying.
I'll tell everybody you're a hero. All right. What do we got?
And then 3 weeks later, was he a hero?
Oh, screaming, crying like a baby.
And then Tom's like, who? What are you talking about?
All right. So it's been talked about for a long time. You want conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
So it's been talked about for a long, long time that we could break cryptic communications from certain countries, right? It seems like we had. So this German firm, and it finally, it's been out for a long time, but it finally all the way out that basically there's this German encryption company from West Germany from right after World War II called AG Crypto, right? Or Crypto AG, right? And AG is German for business or whatever.
Sounds
right?
like really good weed.
It does. It sounds like the shit I smoke to make all of this make sense to me and then y'all. Basically, the CIA completely owned it, completely controlled everything with West German intelligence.
Okay.
And we could read encrypted messages from everyone that bought it. We had a back door to it the entire time. We could read everything they encrypted.
So now explain to me all countries were communicating in a...
Well, countries that would buy... So if you were a Western aligned country, right? So you buy your equipment from America. I think during the Cold War, there was people that were hooked up with the Soviet Union and they got Soviet stuff, and there were people that hooked up with the West and they got Western stuff, right?
Okay.
So your Western countries, your Iran before the revolution, your European countries, your Scandinavian, Finland, Norway, that kind of shit. They'd all buy their encryption machines for because remember, before the internet, before you could send emails, you want to encrypt basically a telegraph.
It's messages.
So
send back and forth. Yeah. Military.
So it's military stuff, but it's also civilian. It's like diplomatic stuff. It's a way to encrypt. It's code stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out we controlled it entirely, down to hiring and firing decisions. CIA officers would interview people for jobs in the company.
So, and other countries were using this company thinking that it is totally...
not the CIA selling them the equipment.
It was just a privately owned company that did this and sold their technology to all the countries so they could use, and it turns out this proven that the CIA...
this is completely wide open. Completely wide open.
So the whole time, our CIA owned the company and knew...
Completely ran it, too. Not just owned it, but completely ran it.
Well, that's pretty awesome, right?
Tim, have you seen the movie The Report?
I have not seen the movie The Report yet.
You gotta watch it.
What is that about?
No, it's about the CIA.
No, okay.
Have you guys watched QVC lately?
The West Germans divested from the company when they reunified. So it only has been the United States, the CIA, completely controlling this company forever.
So what? How does that?
So what are the repercussions?
Yeah,
of that?
I'll give you. Well, for the CIA,
will cover it up.
There is no repercussions for any of it because none of it matters. Where it doesn't matter. That stuff, they're never going to get punished for it.
No.
Well, I know punishment.
They investigate themselves.
But behind the scenes, there could be things going on that are
probably not.
Aren't other countries pissed that that America?
Yeah, but what
has
the fuck
been,
are they? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to say you're not going to deal with America? America fucking Look at what happens to people that piss us off.
Yeah.
You know, Hugo Chavez might have got fucking cancered from the fucking CIA.
So what is a way?
I'll give you an example of what happened with it. So we could read all the communications during the Iran hostage crisis. So we knew all of what Iran was talking about during the hostage crisis. So the information, it changed the dynamic of a ton of things that they've lied about, and just because we know what everyone's talking about behind the scenes.
Yeah, but couldn't this hurt us now that we don't have it?
Well, yeah, it could, but at the same time, it's like...
Or do we have another one that they're using now?
I'm sure
they probably do. But it comes into the hypocrisy that, we talk about, China has a backdoor in anything Qualcomm, or not Qualcomm, but
Huawei.
Huawei makes, basically, right?
Ooh, I love Huawei.
They say the Chinese, the infrastructure, their modems and shit.
China owns Huawei.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, they're good at making subs.
They are. No, they're not.
In China, they're called Wong Wongs, though.
They're okay. They're not good subs. They're okay. The biggest conspiracy is that Huawei subs are fucking good, but they're okay.
Quesadilla, good.
They're okay.
Beef and cheese quesadilla?
The only difference is that over there, their
February.
breakfast sandwiches are called scissories.
Jesus Christ.
You took it a step further, and I appreciate it.
You want a scissory?
So
bacon and cheese scissory.
Now
that's so hacky.
Is the only way to really hide your transmissions, or
there is no way.
Well, because if you go to all the nuclear missiles and the silos that we have scattered across the United States, they're all run none of them are connected to the internet for fear someone's going to hack them in. So they're all old style computers that's all not connected to anything.
Yeah, but the passwords were also 0000 for 40 years.
Okay, yeah.
Seriously, look it up. There's a huge scandal with all that. Basically, my point is your illusion of security for all of these things. It's all an illusion, man. The nuke silo things, they were doing LSD while they were on shifts. The Russians had...
They're bored.
Yeah, the Russians had the location of every one of our nuclear subs in the 80s. Because of a spy and all. The point is, it just everything kind of just stays the same because people don't really want to be... The optimistic is people don't really want to end the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Again, to kind of reiterate what you're saying, isn't there something sort of... comforting to know that in a weird way everything is fucked and they all sort of work together and they don't want to die, but they just want to keep fucking things.
Well, people make money with it, they keep fucking with it, and there's money involved in you get
it's
to be
a bottom line thing.
Yeah, so nobody wants to blow up the world because if they wanted to, we'd already been fucking fucked. Is my point.
Right.
So this story comes out. Obviously not a big news story because I don't, not that I even look at the news.
Well,
that often,
it's been an open secret for 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
We have backdoors and all kinds of shit.
So, this type of thing reinforces your conspiracy mind because when things like this happen, you're like, all right, this did happen.
Right. Which
you would be called a kook maybe 5 years ago if you're like, hey, this is owned by the CIA. People are like, anytime you mention the CIA, you automatically get dismissed.
Gary Webb, the guy that reported the CIA was selling drugs and shit, it was such an outrageous thing, and now it's pretty much an open, they admit basically that they were selling cocaine.
So what? Okay, do you know a lot about the CIA?
I know. Who knows? Who knows what I know a lot about the CIA?
Yeah, so, we know what they tell us.
Well, they're a government organization that's built to deal with other countries and things outside of our country.
In theory, yes. In theory, they're not allowed to operate in the United States.
Yeah,
but they continue to, and they Operation Mockingbird, Operation Project Chaos, Operation MK Ultra, They've done all kinds of shit.
Is it true that, I mean, I guess you don't know for sure, but I've heard conspiracies about they operate separate, almost separate from our own government, and they don't really...
the needed distance theory.
Yeah, well, they're not really controlled by our system. Because,
I've heard that. I got to be careful when I
who's their ultimate, but
Well, it also depends. Your ultimate boss is the President of the United States in theory, but also at the same time, like if you're a goddamn spy and you're selling drugs illegally and you decide to keep some of it and you decide to just keep doing whatever you thought was best, who's really going to catch you if you're the fucking like
how many?
Yeah, the buck stops with you.
How many CIA operatives are literally working around the world
in the field?
There's no way of knowing, right?
Who the fuck knows?
That people don't even know about.
Yeah, I would say thousands.
And they're operating on the fringe of legality.
I bet more than you know.
They're way past legalities, buddy.
Listen, there's...
And then if they die, they said, like, we're not even mentioned that you ever existed.
Well,
right?
They get rid of it. They get rid of evidence.
My friend's grandfather was in the CIA, and when he died, his grandmother was awarded just like this plate, and it was like engraved, and it had like the CIA, the emblem on or whatever.
He wasn't doing fucked up shit then.
And then so
they
know.
Ever given.
Remember,
they don't tell you where the body is or what happened.
Well, no, they had a funeral. Like, I mean, he died. Like,
no, but they're not going to give you the particulars. They're going to have a ceremonial funeral.
I mean, you're dead. They don't tell you,
and then they don't. You don't get any remains.
They're not going to go. You fucking died in a Chinese jail,
right?
Because he got hypothermia and he fucking was trying to steal shit. He was working with a Christian missionary and shit. And,
how do they recruit? Is it like similar to the movies
universities, colleges?
They find
people, basically all of the Ivy League is fucking CIA.
You could actually be being recruited right now by me and not even know.
Probably not by him, but
is there anything like
I'll
the
take
movies
that into account when I'm killing people?
where they find someone that doesn't really have a strong family unit? You want to find a rogue person that's smart.
That's more for asset stuff. That's also.
I think Tim would be great for seeing.
No, I wouldn't. I'm goddamn super memorable.
You are, but I feel
no
like
one would expect it, though.
No one would
but
expect
I'm incredibly memorable. You want to be
like, the ginger Santa Claus shot me with the goddamn BB.
No, it's always like some sort of radioactive BB. Yeah. It's like next thing you know, you start convulsing, and then you do that thing like that lady in what was it? Total Recall, where you pull your head off.
Shoot people with racing darts and shit, and fucking waddling away and getting in an old truck.
This stuff's like sort of fascinating, but sort of terrifying at the same time, right?
Well,
extremely terrifying.
So here it comes back into your point about how many of them are out there. There's a ton of people that work for companies that are CIA. Like, it's just a fucking cut up. It's like you're working for a company, but you're not really working for that company. You're working for the agency, but the agency owns that company.
Okay, yes.
Like,
so the buck stops with them, but you're an employee of this corporation, but it's
and
a
you don't
shell.
ask questions.
Okay.
What the fuck are you going to ask questions for? You're getting paid more than you got before. Right? Why? Say you're a pilot, right? I'll give you. There's an aircraft leasing company in Virginia that keep getting their tail numbers stolen by jets in down south, and like down south. I mean, like in South America, right? And it's a fucking.
So what does that mean? Like you're taking the identity of another plane. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a fucking plane rental place in Central Virginia near Langley and all, and the tail numbers from they're very lax on their reporting and all, and it's just kind of like, okay, maybe the point is that they're getting stolen, you know what I mean? Like
they're deliberately stealing.
Well, yeah, it's
they're
just like,
okay with this.
Yeah. Because these planes keep showing up with there's that kind of shit. And say you're a pilot and you're getting offered you're getting paid 50% more than before. You still get a paycheck. It just says fucking LLC number 17 or whatever. The fuck do you care? You really going to ask questions?
50% more is a lot of dough.
What's your guys' take on it?
But not so much you're like, they're probably...
it's not sketchy money.
It's not sketchy money.
It's legitimate money.
It's like we're going to...
I get it. What's on the hook has to be believable, sure. Yeah.
Would you guys rather know or not know? Like, because...
what if you knew? Like,
I would rather know.
If I was an operative?
No.
Just like... In general, like the public, I would rather know.
You'd rather know and have the information, no matter what it is.
I'm a guy that's like, release it all and let me be okay with it. Now, I also understand, though, that doing that could, like, crumble some shit.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
The problem is, could you continue living the same life if you found out? And I'll make this analogy because it's the only one that I can make with my own life. Once I found out that going back to us working in radio, how the rating system worked, and I started looking into it more, that ruined it for me. Because then I was like, what are we even doing here if it's all random and it's all just based on a fucking lottery, basically, and it's not even real? Like, I can't continue to do my job seriously knowing this information, and I'm afraid if you find out stuff about our government or anything, you're like, why
do you think people don't get
why
into
am I even
this?
voting or something? You know, I don't want to find out something disrupts my daily routine.
You don't think it would mellow you out a little bit, though, to know?
No, because when I worked at the company, I found out this doesn't matter. It just it frustrated me.
So
because I was like, it doesn't matter.
What you're realizing, Tom, is most people have a natural instinct to avoid that. And they're not
Stick
aware
your head
of
in the sand.
And that's,
I love this.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh my, Tim does what you do. Oh my god, you guys are brothers. He's like,
we could be.
That's happening a lot this week.
It is.
My god, we've been poisoned.
And no one's.
My god, we've been poisoned by alcohol.
I had bubblies. I'm sober as a judge on a Sunday.
No, you know what's funny is that, like, I feel like you and I are completely different in the things that, like, I'm Mr. Anxiety, you're Mr. Cool, right? But in this scenario, it almost flips because you knowing makes you mad and angry. Me knowing and makes me want to give up.
but they're both bad, though.
They are, but I'm just saying it's weird how that works because if I found, like, when I found out, like, because I'm using your same analogy, when I was at the radio station, and remember the talk we had about all the work I was doing on the website, and you're like, well, you're wasting your time, you know, like, look, you're doing this, you're doing all this work, you're doing these videos and all this kind of stuff, and they don't give a fuck about what you're doing, and then as soon as, like, that, and then ratings and everything kind of piled on me, and then also the scenario 159, all the bullshit we were going through, I got to a point where I was just like, I don't fucking care ananymore.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get mad. I was just more like, it doesn't fucking matter. You know, like, I'm all right.
But what if you found out, like, if you knew everything, like,
what do you think you're going to find out that would change your world?
I don't know.
Like voting doesn't matter. Like, that kind of
like,
stuff.
What if
nothing matters.
Like,
nothing matters.
But
like,
you already think that.
It's true, but I think
but this would be the nail in the coffin. Like,
but I still participate in the system
because he doesn't
like,
know. Because he doesn't know for a fact that nothing matters.
I pay taxes.
I feel like you're making up an argument that you don't even have.
No, he's a 99% nothing matters. But if he got to full 100% nothing matters, it might.
Sails into a hurricane.
Because then you don't want to be a nihilist. No way to live. You want to believe that. Like, also, it's like, why am I every day, like, eating the same, like, trying to eat healthy, lose weight or whatever? What if a doctor said, like, in the future they can tell, like, oh, well, genetically you are going to get lung cancer.
Doesn't matter.
Like, at this age. Then I'll just, why am I even dieting? I'm hungry and pissed.
You're dying for all the other stuff. You're dying to watch the kids grow, and also just ride the lie. You don't always have to fucking realize that it's all You don't have to constantly fight
ignorance is bliss.
Sometimes
that's what I'm saying. You don't know. Like, I'd rather not know.
And what I'm telling you is, I can't help but know, so I'm gonna know, and I just kind of gotta be. I'm optimistic, right? Because there's a lot of money spent to make me a nihilist, so I'm doing it out of spite.
You just need to be comfortably numb, man.
Oh, well, there is that. There is that. But, and also, I know how thin the bonds really are, right? And if certain things go the right way, maybe I can snap some of them bonds, and it'll fucking the weight of its system, because I know of the lie that it is, will fucking finally fall apart.
That's what you want?
I mean, I want it better than it is now. I want to, I mean, and at the same time, I'm tired of being told that progress is necessarily better. When so many people are mentally ill, why? Maybe it's just, maybe Ted Kaczynski was right. Maybe the Luddites were right. Maybe we don't need industrialization.
Here's the problem, Tim. When the system falls,
cut that little Ted Kaczynski. That'll get you a drone real fast.
When the system falls apart, you got to run fast, and I'll be running right past him.
Am I the only one that lays in bed at night still listening to the thunder sounds, thinking that it's people in the streets fighting? Every night.
No.
Every night, I apologize for what I'm about to do. I'm not going to pull a gun out of a manila envelope. I say...
Are you going to fart in the mic again?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I vowed to never do that again until next Super Bowl. I say, Alexa, play Thunderstorms. She starts playing them. I turn the volume down just enough to make it sound like war, and then I lay there. And it's sort of comforting to know that everybody's outside killing each other, and I'm inside my house just waiting for them to, like, literally knock down my door, come up the stairs, drag me out of bed, and execution murder me in the street in front of my family.
But I don't think this...
Well, no, it's in my brain.
What do you think that? There's no way to go to sleep every night.
Every night I do that. Every night I'm like,
I don't think you're on either list,
this is how
friend.
I do it. And then I do breathing exercises. I go...
I just don't think you're on either right or the left list.
And then right before I go to sleep, I'm like, doors down, first floor, second floor. They should be hearing me.
Oh, you hear them come up the stairs.
3, 2, 1. Leave her alone! Is it what I scream it? Leave her alone! But and then I'm fighting, and then out.
You're probably more likely to be, hey, babe, we done collapse society.
No. And then I'm constantly running through my mind when I'm listening to this. This is serious, guys. I'm telling you the truth.
I believe
I'm hearing the thunder, and I think about it. I'm like, those shotgun shells I have, are they old? Will they still work?
Oh, that's the worst. When they come out little and you just piss the guy off. Like, I got one hot BB, just a little bit in my skin. I'm going to kill you harder now.
Should I replace those? Should I keep them loaded or not loaded? I have kids now. I'm not supposed to do that.
All right. I was going to
Did that get too dark?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's fine. No problem.
My song was uplifting.
Although the problem with your fantasy is the AC's on. You're comfortable. Like most likely it's happening to be hot.
At any moment I can wake up, take my sleep mask off, and go X videos. I'm just jacking.
If we end up, I mean, Aleppo had power some days. Like if we end up in violence in like a Syrian civil war type, there'll still be some.
See, Owen from Ono Radio Show, he's in the chat room. He says, I like to imagine a zombie apocalypse is happening outside every night before bed. I can relate to Dan.
But he's crazy too.
Yeah, he's anxiety crazy like me. Yeah. But like, there is a thing where like I feel like it's like I don't know. I've done it so much, I almost feel like it's a comforting place now.
Sometimes I do something similar, but I listen to rain sounds. I like to imagine that a Tale of Two Cities style revolution's happening. I'm a Madame Defarge in my list that I don't really knit, but I've been knitting like Madame Defarge.
Yeah.
And I do this a bit on stage, but this is something I like to fantasy about. And we're finally just getting it even and all. And we done stormed the Bastille.
Yeah.
So it's his fantasy. We're going upstairs to Richmond.
It's more of a French.
But I'm usually I'm going to Dirty Jim's house.
Yeah.
You need to live like me and Butler. We think about nothing.
How do you guys do that?
Literally, there's nothing going on. Have you ever been
My wife's
conscious?
always like, what are you thinking about? I'm like, I don't even know.
We don't even know.
How high are you?
That's what
I constantly think about.
You know how you have to be to don't even know what you're thinking. Better way to live.
I think about buying a guillotine all the time.
Did you end up with a beautiful doctor wife? this poor woman. All of our wives, we could say that.
Hey, what are you thinking about? I don't even know.
Don't even know.
You know when he's quote unquote crunching the numbers in there? He's not thinking about nothing.
Butler finally got his. Like I think we all are kind of settling it in our phrases. You've got you. That's like, it's fine. You've got me. I'm dying. You've got you. I don't even know. Sam.
Coming to get me.
All coming to get me. All paranoia all the time. I think we fleshed it out today. We did a lot of good.
All right.
Oh my God, Butler. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Let's start with semantics. She's celebrating her 3-year anniversary at Rock Pit Brewing on next Saturday. February 29th.
Tom will not be there.
I'm working on something.
Okay.
I know what that means.
You know what? Why am I doing this? I'm obviously not working on it.
Of course not.
Why did I even say that?
You're just going to text me.
I'm kidding. And then when nothing happens, you're going to be disappointed. You said you were working on something.
I know you're not.
I was thinking about nothing.
It's past.
I don't even know.
It's past disappointment now.
Oh, you're right.
It's like
you don't even,
now when you say I'm working on something, it just makes her mad. It's not even a disappointment.
You're just lying in my face. And I know
it literally means he's just going to text me like, "Hey, will you go pretend to be me?"
He won't even remember to do that.
No, he'll say, "Hey, I need you to do something 2 days before and then never follow back up. I'm like, what you need? He does. I'm like, hey, are you available on the such day? Like, what?
Yeah.
What do you need? No.
I text a lot of people like, I have an idea, and then nothing. Anyway,
next Saturday, February 29th, Rock Pit Brewing. It's at 2 p.m. Get there early. We're going to have some free giveaways. We're also going to have a co-branded Rock Pit Brewing and Semantics pint glass for sale.
Dope.
We're going to have White Bullets t-shirts for sale. If you know, you know. And we're going to have a silent auction, and all the proceeds will go to Orlando Girls Rock Camp.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you don't know what that is, pretty cool little organization that they set up a whole little deal where women come in and teach young girls how to play rock music. It's really
They write
dope.
their own music, and they put on a show at the end of the week.
They
It's
put
awesome.
on a show. Will at Will's Pub. Like sometimes he'll have them. I think his daughter actually played in the camp, so they'll do like a real punk rock like show at Will's Pub. It's dope, man. It's so cool. I can't wait until Maisie is old enough to be able to be a part of it.
What's going on at the watering holes, Butler?
So we got a bunch of stuff, actually. Very busy next couple days. Friday at Buster's Bistro. Tonight, if you don't go to Porky's, hit up Buster's Bistro. Jeff Howe and the Blues Band's going to be playing from 8 to 11.
Oh, no shit.
Get some fruit, some great beers out there. Tomorrow is Sanford Porch Fest. Highly recommend that. That's all day. So 50 bands, 12 porches. It's the entire community out there all kind of coming together. It's free to attend.
Base.
Free.
Yeah,
It's
walk
free.
around. You
Pet
take
friendly,
it all in.
bring your bikes,
Dope.
everything. They don't recommend bringing any alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, just all I ask
go to
is
Cellar City.
Start there.
There's tons
and
of
just
bars.
be respectful. And then when you want a beer, walk down the street.
And then Sunday, Johnny's Other Side is sit back and relax. They have Smash and Trash. That's going to be members of Oklahoma Stackhouse playing out there.
Nice.
It's also a brunch going on, so hit up that. And then Tuesday, Cafe Da Vinci, brand new sponsor of Tom and Dan.
Sweet.
Hit up them. They
I
have
love
their
that place.
They have their
it's
Mardi
a good
Gras
spot.
season kicking off. They have two-time Grammy-nominated Dwayne Dopsy and the Zydeco Hellraisers. Sorry, it's a New Orleans band.
Zeitgeist.
They're playing out there. There'll be beads, music, food, everything. Check that out. That's doors open at 6. No kids after 6 p.m. After 9 p.m.
Which is it?
6 or 9.
Doors open at 6. No kids after 9.
69, only kids.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Big Tim, what you got going on?
Next Friday, I got a show with me, Ross Pageant, Marcus Crespo, and
Heather's on there.
Heather's not on there.
Oh, I thought she was.
No, my other people. So I got a comedy festival coming up. In September, first week in September. But we're doing it at the fair. You get in free with admission to the fair. So Friday, I'm gonna get fucked up and go to the fair.
I love the fair.
It's gonna be a good time. It's at Central Florida Fairgrounds.
You ever been?
Have you been?
I have been to the fair.
So fucking fun.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to do a bit?
I did a bit out there.
Oh, fatties at the fair.
Yeah, it was someone else's bit, but they sent me out there.
So
and did
you
it.
go to the fair and make fun
Can't
of
do
fat
that.
people
They
there?
bring fat people there, make them.
You can't do that
It was a
anymore.
different
bunch
time.
of snacks and try and get them to throw up.
I
on
was
rides.
involved in a lot of shit
So,
that you wouldn't believe were aired.
So
you're like, what?
So you used to exploit fat people and you still... Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm for it. I just can't do it anymore.
You did fatties at the fair, gays at the fair, black people at the fair.
Yeah.
But point is, I need as many people as I can to come out. Hence why it's be on here. It's Friday night, the 28th. It's free with admission to the fair.
Boom.
We're gonna have a good time. It'll be at the fair opens. I don't like.
Are you guys on the stagey band shell?
We're in the place where they have the gun shows. So
it's inside.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. Yeah, nice.
And then the festival's gonna be a little fun because we're gonna do like a whole again carnival type thing, and it'll be daytime stuff and vendor and all. And
So how to be like if they just go get tickets to the fair, they can come watch the
you
show.
can just come in for free. You get into it's $8 to get into the fair.
Okay.
Goddamn.
So yeah, it's cheap. Now I mean you gotta get wristbands and shit. You want to ride rides and all. And after the show, I'm going to be fucked up at the fair.
No, all right.
So I mean, just come to get fucked up with me at the fair if you don't want to do.
Can I? What's the ages on?
You gotta be you gotta be 18 and up for the show.
Okay, good.
But fair's got fucking. There's gonna be all kinds of little
Well,
kids.
just to know, just because I will get the email from people that said, I showed up, my 16-year-old sister was with me, and she couldn't get in,
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure the fuck. It's a fucking fair, man.
Yeah.
I'll make it work if you show up. I'll make it work.
I dig it. Yeah, so
I'm not going to let 15-year-olds drink, but I'll figure something out.
Go out there and support. That's the
good
difference
rule.
between you and me.
Yeah. That's, Daniel doesn't.
Well, only in my wardrobes, because I'm like, they're coming down the street. You only have a couple of minutes to get a couple of shots in you. Here's a gun.
Jesus Christ.
You have to defend the house.
We did send out the invite to our next BDM only party. So if you're a BDM, you should have gotten the invite. Check your spam if you didn't.
Check your spam.
But you can go on our app, and the event is on there. As long as you're a BDM and you sign in, you'll see the event. That's happening. And we've said if you sign up to become a BDM, and
we'll get you.
You're fine.
Yeah, we'll make sure you're well taken care of.
But bidding for the rooms at the BDM event go up on Monday. So check the site. You BDMs know what I'm talking about, and we put that up there to help pay for the event.
Yeah.
So that's what that's.
You know the site too.
Yeah.
Did we plug Porky?
Go to Porky's tonight. Make sure you wear your Tom and Dan gear. For some reason, Steve is going to give a $50 gift certificate to whoever wears the most Tom and Dan gear. So go head to toe in your Tom and Dan gear. Get some bison chili.
Get their tights out.
Oh, he did the chili.
It's cold tonight.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
And I'll say True Leave is a new medical marijuana dispensary partner, and we're going to be talking to them really soon.
Yeah,
and,
we're pretty stoked about that.
We're going to do a lot of cool stuff, and they great company, and they got a lot of cool things
really
that they can offer.
We've done this before, but they're truly extremely excited to be active. They're like, we want to do this. They have actually ideas that, we're like, all right, we got to keep up with you guys. So that's going to be kind of fun.
Yes, so excited about that relationship. So thank you for listening today. Thank you for supporting our sponsors, and we will see you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
The Warhawks. With brand new music from their new Stardust Disco album, you heard the song I Can't Wait. This is just fucking awesome rock and roll from the state of New Jersey, blue-collar indie goodness. Next up was new music from Seawolf. I really, really love the vibe of this song. It's just so chill and sort of reminds me of like the Flaming Lips. You heard the song Forever Nevermore, and I'm pretty sure that these cats have new music on the horizon. This is my pick of the week. Dogleg has new music out, or at least a new single. I picked this song purely because of the title, and then I was more than pleasantly surprised when I listened to the fun energy of this little tune. Picked for Tom, you heard the song entitled Kawasaki Backflip. We closed out the show with new music from Draculas. I actually think we've played these guys before, and I was super stoked they had new music. Again, picked for Tom, you heard the song Pretty Tommy. And on that note, we'll see you next week.
Sailors be saying that late at night there's a phantom ship with a ghostly crew that sails the Castleberry waters. Well, this isn't that boat. This is just a song about a bad Craigslist transaction in an area of town with a lot of vape shops. Captain Tom, he wanted a new vessel to sail, a new boat to call all his own. In a few weeks of time, he found his dream boat online, owned by the man known as Falconer Jones. Falconer Jones, you know what you've done. You've released a curse that cannot be undone. And poor Captain Tom, fare thee well, fare thee well. You'll be driving this boat straight to hell. Your life is a virtual hell. A deck boat that's perfect for families and kids. But something else captured his eye. For when he looked at the bow, his wife whispered, wow. 666 was embossed on the side. Falconer Jones, you've already won. Your shit spray and termites will blot out the sun. And poor Captain Tom, fare thee well, fare thee well. He'll be driving his boat straight to hell. Captain Tom parked his boat in his doo-doo root yard. His sons proudly stood by his side. While the boys laughed and played, they could hear the shit spray, and the darkness took over the skies.
Hi, Vile Jones, you made my son sick. Your satanic boat filled with all these termites and shit. And poor Captain Mayfair may well fare me well. I'll be driving this boat straight to hell. I'm gonna drive this boat straight to hell. My life is a virtual hell. We'll all meet again.